Welcome, everyone, to the AEW Dynamite review. If you're new, you need to hit that subscribe button. Hell, you might even have to slap a family member. It's coming up in just a second. Be patient. Get wet, get hard, get whatever you need to do down below. And keep it wet. Hit that like button. Share this out everywhere. Because this is where the AEW post-show party resides on the Joe Cronin Show. I hear the devil. Are you ready? I feel something down below. Cody Rhodes dressed up like a red rooster tonight. That's right, Cody Rhodes dressed up like a red rooster. Wow! You guys can't even hear the music. Do you guys want the music? Come on! You guys want the music? Tell me if you want the music. I'll give it to you. I will give it to you. Right now. There you go. There it is. Oh, I hear something down below. Hey, how sad is it that Grimm's Toy Show didn't get punched in the face tonight? I've almost lost my voice from screaming. Look at Cody Rhodes. He's a red rooster. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, I now give to you something so sexy. It's almost unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that Dan Lambert is a piece of shit? He's a fat-faced piece of shit. No, he's a fat-faced dipshit, everyone. Dan Lambert is a fat-faced dipshit. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 I'm a fat-faced dipshit. My name's Dan Lambert, and I really smell. Oh my God, I think I'm going to hell. Hey there, what's up? Hey, it's going alright. No women wanna have sex with me tonight. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah. There can only be one big fat-faced dipshit. Fat-faced dipshit. Fat-faced dipshit. Fat-faced dipshit. Fat-faced dipshit. Fat-faced Fat-faced dipshit. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a fat-faced dipshit, Dan Lambert. What a fun night tonight on AEW. It really was the opposite of what we got, for the past week everywhere else.
I had a fun time tonight. And, I think a lot of people kind of had a fun time tonight, I think, for the most part. There's some nice things. I got some things to say, and that's what all you can really ask for, when it comes to wanting to review wrestling. At the end of some of these reviews, it's like, you guys have heard me say it a million times. I don't need to say it a million times over again, but the fact is the worst thing is when these shows end, and it's just like, don't know what to tell you about that, And that almost never happens with AEW. Only a couple times has it happened. Mostly it never happens. Thank goodness. And also, thank goodness, because where the fuck is everybody tonight, by the way? 210 people. Where the fuck is everybody? Where everybody going to bed? Get the fuck. Where is everybody? We got Jake DeMarco back. He's alive, everybody. There he is.
That's right. What's going on?
He's alive, baby. When I didn't hear from you for a day, I got panicked.
I'm not dead yet, that's for sure.
I listened to you and JB's fight from Corrupted 36. That is some of the best radio fight, whatever you want to call it, content that I've ever heard. Like, it is really fucking amazing, man. If anybody is out there and you guys want a good laugh, let me tell you something. This shit is hilarious. I recommend episode 36 of the Corrupted podcast. It is fucking hilarious fire. Some of the best shit I've ever heard.
Certainly a classic. And I can confirm that Guinness World Records had said that this tonight was the most times the word shit was ever uttered during a live TV broadcast.
Smoke
My
weed
God.
every day.
Was it
How many
really?
times did they say
Hey
shit?
yo,
I'm
I
guessing.
liked the Adam Cole match, baby. AEW was a 7. 5/10.
What's up, baby? How you doing? I don't know why I hear a hissing in my fucking headset. I don't know if it's me or... It's me, I know that. It's my mic, but I don't know why it's doing it. That's weird. Oh, maybe it's the fan is leaking through. Ryan the Heel, thank you for the 420, man. What's going on? I kind of around that score with you as well. I think
I just didn't care for the ending. I mean, I think AEW banks too hard on a couple of things, but the whole New Japan Legends and things like that, even New Japan in general, they really feel like everybody loves it just because a small core of the audience is into it. But I feel like they should have ended with the Kenny Omega segment, certainly.
Well, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I guess I don't know. You're right. It's another Moxley rushed ending thing. Like, it's another, like, there's really not enough time to do anything. So Moxley go out there and they'll do something.
Yeah.
And they set up that moment. I mean, I don't know.
But Jesus Christ, next week is
the belt
amazing.
is back, by the way. Real quick, the JCS belt is back. So Top Dog, I put the belt up. It's been a while. We used to do it for a couple of years, and
Hell
been
yeah,
a,
bring
been a
the
couple
belt
months.
back.
I found the PNG of the belt, so it's back. Anyway, go ahead. I don't know. Like I don't think they wanted
honestly,
to end the show on a
next week's
segment.
going to be huge. It's so massive. I cannot believe the lineup for next week.
On Rampage or Dynamite?
Both of them for the Grand Slam shows. Holy hell. I mean, just Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega alone is a huge match. But you have Punk fighting Hobbs on the Friday show. I mean, there's just so much going on. I think it's a bigger card than All Out was, honestly.
Well, yeah.
FTR against Sting and Darby Allin.
Then All Out was.
Yeah, I think this is a
Really?
bigger card than All Out, honestly.
Dude, Grimm's Toys Show took a shot at Malachi Black tonight. What is he doing?
Seriously?
I'm not kidding, dude. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Look at this. Someone said this, and I didn't notice it. Look. Grimm's Toys Show
Grim-
takes a shot at What is he doing?
He's getting it in on him. He's working some punches.
I like how he didn't make contact, but he was like, no, I'm going to make it. I'll get him, Cody. Oh, my God. What is Grim doing, dude? Oh, my God. That's fucking hilarious.
I mean, honestly, when you go through everything, MJF and Brian Pillman Jr. is going to be more exciting to me than MJF and Jericho 4 was. Britt Baker and Ruby Soho. I can't wait to see that. Omega and Bryan Danielson, MJF and Pillman, I mentioned, Cody and Malachi Black. And then you got Suzuki and Lance Archer. So Suzuki Goon taking on Moxley and Eddie. I'm sure it'll be a good match. CM Punk has his interview Wednesday, and then Friday he's having his match. FTR versus Darby Allin and Sting. That's all Wednesday. And then, like I said, Friday there's a bunch more. You have the Super Click taking on Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. Christian Cage was on fire tonight with the things he was saying. I don't mind when you trash the company when it's for a purpose, because Adam Cole obviously just came in. But when they just go after WWE just to slight them, I usually don't care for it. But tonight it made sense, saying that, you know, you needed your friends to pull you out of developmental, and all of these comments were really good. I pretty much top notch everything tonight. At least it was enjoyable or made sense. The only thing I didn't like was the Malachi Black segment. What? And I don't feel like it's his fault, but I hated what's her name, Rosario Dawson, getting physical and not acting afraid of him. Whoever decided that that was okay, she should have been cowering in fear. And that's when Cody
you know, you can't do that with women now, Jake.
That's ridiculous. She's gonna stand up to him. Then
why should she be cowering fear? What? Because she's a female, Jake? You anti-woman bastard.
Exactly. Let him bash her to hell. One shot with his pinky.
He didn't do anything to scare her. He called her out, and then she was like, "What's up?" She's a crazy person. She's not a normal woman who's like, oh.
I don't know. I don't take that.
Wow, you're a misogynistic piece of shit, is what you are.
I'm standing by it. Women belong
why
in the
does she have to
kitchen,
cower, though? I mean, listen, I'm no SJW, but why does she have to cower to him? I don't get that.
I mean, she could walk up to him, but to actually get physical, I guess if Cody was when she jumped on his back, but I don't know. To me, it just seems ridiculous that you're going to get into Malachi's face and not be afraid of him.
I do that. No, listen, I don't know.
I don't get it.
That is in the That is in the same realm of my.
I mean, you know, my favorite joke is women's rights. I mean, I'll lean into
definitely
as much as
hate women. I mean, that's all I can tell.
Yeah, ask my wife.
How
and her,
dare!
I already told her
my
twice.
God,
That's
a
why
strong woman. I'm
eyes.
upset now that she didn't cower like women do usually.
No, it just seemed odd that they would have anybody in certain instances not be afraid of him when he's this malevolent presence. He's supposed to be this all-encompassing evil.
What I would have done.
People are just not cowering to him. So why should the audience find him mysterious and spooky and be kind of like mystified by him when you have a 110-pound actor who's not a wrestler come in there and act like a badass? What was the point of that?
You know what I would have had done? I would have had her act the same way she did, get in his face, go to slap him. He grabs
and have him kick her in the face.
No, that would be even better. But grab her arm, and then he pulls out rope out of nowhere, and then ties up her wrist, and then ties her to the barricade really quickly, like with rope. For some reason, rope. It's weird that he has rope, and then have him like just staring at her, and then grab her fucking thing, and like pick her up almost, and then
have him use the tie from his robe.
Yeah, whatever. Just make it seem like cool. Okay, she wasn't scared, but now he's actually getting the better of her, obviously. So, but they didn't do that. So I've got a couple examples of this.
Put it this way: if it was Grimm's girlfriend going up against Malachi Black, I'd be like, all right.
She would try to eat him. She would try to eat him because she's fucking enormous. But
that's the point. But this woman, Rosario Dawson, she got her ass beat by Kevin Smith. So come on.
We really got to show Grimm attacking Malachi again in a minute. But also, and even Grimm isn't afraid. That's the other problem. Now Grimm isn't afraid of Malachi either. He's taking shots at him in the crowd. Hey, so listen. First of all, I like tonight's show. I really love tonight's show. I'm not going to give it like an 8 or a 9 or a 10, but I think I'm going to give it a 7. And I loved it. Like it's a very loving 7 I'm giving. But before I do that, my other issue is, and I'm not 100% on what your issue is, I agree with as well. And
mine isn't just females. Everyone should be afraid of him.
Well, but I've also got a problem with Brian Pillman Jr., and I said this on Twitter, and everybody needs to listen to this. It's very important. Brian Pillman Jr.'s family and father have been attacked, and he comes out there with a chair, okay?
Abhorrently and heinously attacked, like more than any other before.
Personally, his family's been attacked like insane. So he comes out there, and once the invisible ropes happen or the wall ropes happen, he basically doesn't really want to attack anymore. He's happy to sit there and go, "Come on, crowd, come on, yeah, I'm here." And it's like, dude, this guy should be coming out incensed, like unable to be deterred. And here's the mistake they made.
Let me
tell you the mistake they made. in the back, Tony Khan or whoever wrote this segment, I just want to say this out loud. Maybe somebody will hear it somewhere. I don't know. Listen, I thought the segment was all right. I liked it. And MJF's promo was fire. The only issue I have
Him
is
talking down to hell after starting up.
no,
heaven.
the whole
Oh my
we'll
God.
get into
The whole
the,
thing
we'll
was
get
great,
into the
but-
we'll get into the promo later, but that because it was fucking awesome. But the problem I have with Brian Pillman is they should have had referees come out. They should have had the only way that Brian Pillman doesn't leave that ring without assaulting Wardlow and MJF with a chair and killing them should have been that the referees come out to hold him down. And that's what should have happened. At a certain point, they should have come out. Brian Pillman Jr. was more interested in playing theater, playing Mr. Wrestler who's, fans, you hear that? Yeah. He was more interested in that than he was getting MJF and Wardlow, and that took me out of it. I could tell. I'm like, this guy doesn't look like someone who's getting retribution on it for his family. He looks like someone who's happy to just play up to the crowd. That doesn't make any sense. So I don't like that part. They fucked that up, in my opinion. Should have had referees running out to separate him, to hold him back. And maybe would have been really good is while he's trying to get to MJF, Wardlow comes in from the side and sucker punches him or something. Whatever. Anyway, that's my only. It's a nitpick kind of, but it makes sense.
But it's the little things that make sense, and that's stuff that adds up. That's why I said it was still a good segment. It was great on MJF's side. Everything tonight was enjoyable, but for me, that was my other gripe. Malachi Black not being feared, and to see everything they said about his family, and then he comes in and he punches Wardlow in the face, and then Wardlow gets taken out of the ring. He should have taken the chair, and just if you don't want him with MJF, that's fine, but he should have beat the hell out of Wardlow with the chair then.
Exactly. He should have
And
been
then Wardlow could
murderous.
have still looked strong by, falling away from the chair shots and stumbling away. But he should have just chased them down and kept beating them until they got away.
Yeah, those ropes, and it's so funny. Cody Rhodes says, in our company, these ropes aren't fucking a force field. Well, they're always a force field. There's no way someone calls your, sister or something, a meth head, Aunt Meth or something, whatever he's calling her, and all these other things.
He's Melanie, Methany. He's calling her.
Methany, and you let little black ropes get in the way of you getting him with the chair? I don't think so. So I believe a huge mistake by by AEW as far as that goes. I think Brian Pillman Jr. is way too happy to be there. Happy to be, yay! Like, he's like, yay, crowd. Like, don't do that. He should be just, like, someone in the back should have said, all right, the crowd's going to be behind you. They're gonna be pumped up for you. Feel free to maybe don't react to it. They will react to you. Don't react to them. Let them react to you. They're going to be on your side. They're going to be excited by you getting retribution. You have to pretend there's no crowd, and the only thing you see is red with MJF and Wardlow. And once you're bashing them and going after them, the referees and the people are going to pour out of the back to hold you down, and you're going to be uncontrollable, rage, insane with a chair, and they're going to hold you back, break you up. Wardlow's going to come in from the side and sucker punch you while you're being held down, get more heat. Something like that. That's what should have happened. That would have been perfect. Now, this segment I thought was a 7, and mostly because of MJF. Maybe an 8, maybe a 7.5, but this could have been a 9 out of 10 segment had they done that. And they just missed that little detail of, hey, Brian Pillman Jr. is not just happy to be here. Yay, come on, I got the chair, everybody. No. Kill these fucking people. That's what you should be thinking. So someone made a mistake there, but that's okay. Great show. I love the show tonight. And this MJF's promo, bro, this is one of my favorite MJF promos ever. And the crowd was responding so much to it that it made it that much better, too. Fire.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, when we go through the whole night, we'll pick apart a few other things. But all in all, there really wasn't much that had to be overanalyzed or pull apart. There's a lot to talk about and a lot of future bookings, certainly.
Yeah.
But a lot of it...
I'm fired up, man. That was a good show.
Like I said, when Rosario Dawson is kicking more ass than the last 3 people that faced Malachi Black, there's a problem. Like, that was my stance with that.
Did she kick ass?
So,
I don't remember.
Well, she was jumping on his back and wailing on him and standing up to him. So,
well, I don't know. Like, that doesn't. If she got the better of him, that would bother me. But it's like,
the whole thing of just her getting in his face, and this guy, if it was a normal wrestler, it'd be, but with his mystique and
Well, it doesn't make any
the
sense
whole
why he
allure
even
here.
called her out. Like, that's the weirder
Well,
thing.
well,
is
what he was saying
we
is
have
there's a
an
traitor in our
enemy.
midst because she was standing there directly with the Nightmare Family garb, and
Yeah.
he said, "Everyone, well, I like what he's doing. He's got the House of Black, so that's everyone. You're part of his, his choir per se. You're part of his church."
We need to back this up because we're jumping all around. Let's start from the beginning of the show because I swear to God, Jake, I got something for everything tonight. That's what I love about this show. I got something for everything tonight.
So tonight we kick off with CM Punk coming out for commentary. Adam Cole comes out to a gigantic reaction. Frank Kazarian's out there to get his ass beat. We know this, but still awesome match.
Let's start with Punk. I like that he kind of went left and right, gave the crowd some love. He hyped up the crowd beautifully. How about the big bastard that he called out? He goes, "I'm coming to you," and dove on him. I don't know if he knows him at all or he just called out.
I don't think so. I think it was just I know you'll catch me.
You're the big guy. Yeah, you'll catch little me. Yeah, look at.
He's done that a few times before. I think that was kind of the just I know I'm safe in your arms, teddy bear. And they took him into the crowd. He really had to get a hand to get back out. So
I loved it, man. Everybody get COVID. I love it.
Hell
but it's
yeah,
okay.
but he always goes down and makes a lap around the ring, and he gets everybody going.
Yeah,
and that's what he's good at. Same thing when he was on, I think it was Dark or Rampage, one of the two, where he was singing at the end with Jurassic Express.
Oh yeah,
Did you see that? Yeah,
New
so
Jersey
that
was
fun.
on fire tonight.
They were a great crowd, and they chanted along with everything, and were just white hot for all of it. They made every match feel big, so that was helpful as well. This crowd really added a lot.
I think the crowd was also angry at times because they could smell Grimm's girlfriend.
Well, yeah, I mean, because of the
I'm
pyro,
sorry.
they have to keep the fans circulating, and the lights, really. More so the lights. They have to keep putting fog into the arena so you could see the lights on TV.
Uh-huh.
So the fans have to keep circulating the air.
Yeah.
And that usually blows a lot by ringside.
Yeah.
So all of that smell is wafting backwards.
You could smell her a mile away. Let me tell you something. So CM Punk's coming on commentary, and now we're going to get to the Adam Cole in just 1 second. After this. Oh, my God. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh.
7/10 for sure. JCS for life. Sit on my face shell.
What?
His facial hair is probably what her pubic hair looks like. That's what I'm envisioning.
No. What the fuck? Sit on my face shell with the $3 dono.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Really.
7 out of 10 for sure. JCS for life. Hell yeah. A lot of JCS signs in the audience. I saw a couple pictures. I didn't quite catch any on TV, but I don't know if I have yet to check on Twitter. I got home rather late. I watched most of tonight on a cell phone, so it's a bit hard to read the audience.
I mean, I can't think of a better thing after Grimm's been in the hospital for days after his
poor
seizure.
guy dealing with seizures and
Grimm's Toy
coming
Show.
home to the smell of spoiled tuna.
He attacked, look at this, Grimm's Toy Show attacked Malachi Black after he gets out of the hospital. Unbelievable. Oh, shit, look out, D. Welch.
Oh, shit.
Smoke up, motherfucker, I'll choke up until my eyes turn red. I end up dead. I eat the whole goddamn refrigerator instead. I smoke up when I choke up. I blow the smoke. I make you choke. I go for broke. Ooh, take a deep inhale, then exhale with me. Dirty. Smoke up. I wanna choke up. I wanna smoke up.
Good show tonight. About a 6. 5/10. Next week should be big. Giving 25 points to Thunder Rosa, David LaGreca and Bully Ray for their Busted Open radio segment. Shit was gold.
It really was good stuff. I like. I am mad at Thunder Rosa for cheating on me. I think we're supposed to be her show, but she gives all the love to Busted Open, and that's really Busted Open is what Bully Ray has done to the vagina of what's her face. So thank you so much, D. Welsh. I agree that segment was nice. D. Welsh, $25. He is the top dono and the current JCS champ right now. Shout out to D. Welsh. $25 is the number to beat for all you donators tonight who want to support this show since the ad revenue is dead. So Adam Cole, beautiful reception. Loved the song. Loved the entrance. Crowd was fire. Frankie Kazarian.
Speaking of beautiful reception too, Joe, just before we get going here, everyone thought it was going to be an AEW announcement. Honestly, the Iconics, formerly known as, anyways, they went ahead and announced today that they were, they let everybody know for days that they had this huge announcement, and they're now known as the Inspiration. So Cassie Lee, Jessica McKay, they dropped a music track.
Who dropped the music track?
The Iconics, formerly from WWE. So everyone thought that they were going to announce that they're going to AEW with this gigantic announcement, but really it was just them dropping a music track with Harley Cameron.
Okay, called
Maybe
Sluts?
it's good, but I don't know. It's still random that was there, but they kind of played the wrestling fans, so we'll see how people react to that.
They didn't play him good enough because I didn't hear a damn word about it, so they just...
People just don't care, it seems like, then, because there was quite a bit of buzz leading up to this big announcement. Everyone thought, oh, okay, it's on a Wednesday. They're going to go to AEW. They'll probably debut next week. Everyone was flying off the handle about it, and they're just making music.
I don't know. Listen, hey, thanks for
Crazy.
subbing, Black Welsh. Look at that. He's in the chat. He's finally here. Love Malachi's Black's entrance, yeah. Adam Cole and Frankie Kazarian, I thought it was a good match. A little fast, obviously, right?
Yeah, that because it was predictable too. I mean, Adam Cole's not losing here. They just wanted to highlight Adam Cole while giving Kazarian a little bit of a moment to shine in the middle. I thought it was good. You got the Panama Sunrise, the last shot, and this guy was just on NXT. 2 weeks back, so it's not like he hasn't been off TV. So people know him. So the great crowd support he's getting, even though he's a heel, is fantastic for AEW.
Yeah.
And then he said story time with Adam Cole, baby, and he just went on about the Elite and the Super Click and how there's these guys that have really gotten under his skin, and that's Christian, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus, and he challenged them next week on Rampage. And the Super Click is back, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop them. So I thought this was an excellent promo and opener to
good
Dynamite.
opener. Yeah, good opener, good promo. And listen, I thought CM Punk was good on commentary. I think it's unnecessary to have him on a bunch, but he was good. I thought he was good on commentary.
I think they're in not dangerous water, but I mean they're a bit oversaturating with him.
They are over. It doesn't need to happen.
He's been overly used so far. I'm surprised. I mean, granted, he's only had the one match, but he's been on every single show, even Dark and Rampages, and besides the one he debuted on, he's been everywhere. He's done commentary, he's done interviews, he's done in-ring stuff. He sang so the crowd goes home happy. Thank you for being a friend. I mean, he sang the Golden Girls theme. What more do you want from Punk? Fuego del Sol, master and legend of the Tornado DDT, goes ahead and challenges Miro, TNT champion. Couldn't remember his name for a second. He wanted to say Rusev. But he puts up the new Hyundai that he bought with his shiny new AEW contract. So who can say no to a used Hyundai, right? I guess.
Yeah, that was a little bizarre, but
that's your offer. I would have said like, oh, you think I don't deserve my contract, so I'll put my contract on the line. That's how confident I am.
Well,
I think that would have been a better sell, but
I think that it's possible what could happen is he's going to lose because the guy cheats and then he loses his car, which is like a sympathetic thing. Like this guy even though that car may not be a great, whatever, that's all he has. That's all he has to go anywhere.
Having a big family. We've seen him, with his multiple children, especially on the vlogs and stuff.
Well, I haven't seen that.
So I guess they could have kept up with it. If you're going to go with a car, make it a minivan if you're really going to do it. But they couldn't have gotten him a nicer car for the night just to show off.
Well,
maybe it goes with the character, but I just don't see why Miro...
because that's unbelievable, number one. And number two is the guy...
the idea is he made all this money with an AEW contract. I'm not saying...
Are they going with that idea?
That's what they said. They said that he bought this with his AEW contract money.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're right. That is stupid then. If that was his car that he's had for a while, that makes sense because... That's
what I'm saying. Yeah. If he was proud
but what's his contract? I mean, if its contract is $80,000, then of course that's the car he's going to buy.
Yeah, but to hear that, you don't want people having the idea that they're getting paid only $80,000. You want everyone to have the idea that they're millionaires and superstars and
yeah. Well, that's the thing is I don't know if they. I think they don't know what they're doing. I think they think. I think they think that, he's brand new and he just got some money and he's been poor, and so he just bought this very humble car. And
Why
it
not
means a
pull the
lot.
Heath Slater then? If he's Alabama's best luchador, I mean, Soundwave's right. That was the joke behind it, because he's a luchador from Alabama, and they brought that up before. How the hell are you even a luchador?
Nobody just gets a car and then puts it on the line. I mean, it's the dumbest thing.
That's
anyway.
what I'm saying. So this was weird. I think there was other ways to have gotten a rematch here, but
Yeah, a little weird.
okay, all right. I mean, yeah, the got kids gimmick has been done already. I'm not saying he has to have kids, but if he's going to have a car, he has 4 kids. What do you picture him having?
I don't know.
I picture, a minivan or something.
Yeah,
like,
a
big SUV.
Well, you're gonna need a bus. I mean, if he's how many kids does he have?
4. I
Oh,
believe.
4? Okay, well then he can have one. I have a Mazda. Go get a Mazda like I have. It's a
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, or maybe even a short bus, depending on the kids. But
yes, that's true. I mean, I don't know.
regardless of the fact,
You can
I
have
mean,
I
I don't picture him having a Hyundai.
Yeah, well, that could be his car to get to work in wrestling. Obviously, his wife probably has the van, so that's probably what it is.
Maybe you're onto something, because I thought he flew from Alabama.
Yeah,
each
because
time,
how
so
could he
he's
have?
driving now?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. That's his personal car where he drives. His wife probably has the minivan or whatever you want to call it.
We know that Miro's a millionaire, anyways. I don't think he has.
Listen, I think there's
his garage is massive. Doesn't Miro have this great car collection?
Yeah, and well, okay,
I
don't know if that's true. I think he has 8 cars. I don't know if that's. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, God, I have one in my step.
That's what I'm saying. We have one car.
My
so anything over
father-in-law-
that is a collection. To
My
me.
father-in-law got us a truck, and then I have a Mazda, which I'm about to own, by the way, Jake. So if you want to take a ride, let's go.
There we go. All right.
I am 7 months. Oh no, I'm 6 months. No, I'm 5 months away from owning my Mazda. $550 a month. Going bye-bye. Thank God.
Nice.
Blah.
I almost killed myself just getting into the car the other day. So I mean,
I get that. Listen, this Mazda can hold 6 people too. I think, right? Because 2, 3, yeah, the Mazda can hold 6 people. So you could have
there
one
you
more
go.
kid, 4 kids, husband, wife. Boom, get a Mazda CX-9, guys. It's
bam, you're good to go.
Here comes
Still
another.
a-
Yeah, well, when I bought it, I didn't have any credit or money or anything, so like that's why it was like an insane payment, like insane. Like,
Yeah.
dude, when I bought the
but
car,
you paid it off faster. So
well, when I bought the car, it was back when I just started working at that job for a couple of years. So it was like they were like, "You've only worked there. You haven't worked there long enough for us to count it or something." And I was like, "What the fuck?" Anyway, whatever. So the match, Adam Cole, that stuff was good. Now we're on to this. And by the way, real quick, the Iconics, people think the song they release is like they release the song to tease everyone, but then they'll show up with that as their music in the AEW.
that's what people are going off of. But it was just funny how the troll was that, because they made it seem like everything they were doing. We're going to release the announcement of where we're signing.
Yeah.
They'd kind of tease people on Instagram and Twitter, and it's just so then you see that they just dropped a music track. It is a bit underwhelming, but I'm sure it'll lead to being Ench's music or something. So I think it's just a visa issue still for them, likely.
Right. Yeah, probably what it is.
Especially with COVID. So then we had Jungle Boy, Adam Cole. Jungle Boy, was responding about Adam Cole. He was with Luchasaurus.
I missed that part. I missed the backstage. I missed it.
And this is where he was Christian. And Adam Cole, was pretty much the topic of conversation. Jungle Boy says, I've got better friends, better hair, better. And, then eventually Christian interrupts him and he's like, "Oh, I know for a fact, I'm sorry to interrupt, but your EVP buddies, were the only ones that were able to save you and throw you a line and get you out of developmental after 5 years." And he just kept ragging on Adam Cole. It was very well done. Christian said, "Absolutely, we accept your challenge, and we'll see you on Rampage." And then Luchasaurus had to growl because he didn't have anything to say. So, bleh.
Hey, speaking of the Mazda, someone in the chat said, "Is this the car that JD said you don't make your car payments on?"
Yes.
It is, yeah. I do make them, though, because I'm about to own the car. Remember when I had to show my car payments because JD was like, "You don't even make your car payments?" It's like, what the fuck? I'll show them. What a weird.
It is so expensive, too. And you're making,
that was one of the weirdest things he ever said, like, he can't make his car payments or something. I was like, what? I thought maybe he was joking. If he said I was joking, but he was, like, serious. It was very weird. That video got, like, 17,000 views, by the way. Or I really did. Like, it got...
Evo General said, "Do you think Bray shows up at the New York City show?" I got the chat open now, finally. Dark Order is
11,000. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think that we're going to see him until closer to Halloween time because of his non-compete clause. Unless somehow he gets out of it, he originally was stated to not be able to compete until I think October 27th. So
Whoa.
that was the last we had heard.
So did you like the backstage response from
Yeah, I loved
the
it. And like I
Jungle
said, I'm not
Boys?
always crazy about when they pull the make fun of the other company thing, but this was more just to make fun of Adam Cole specifically.
Right.
So that was good. And it took your friends with EVP statuses to get you out of developmental. What do you think you matter? That kind of thing. It was good. Very well done.
Yeah. Okay,
and
good.
that's going to be next Friday on Rampage. So that 6-man tag's probably going to be a highlight for sure.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be cool.
I mean, I used to love, honestly, as much as I liked the non-stupid stuff. I didn't like the dick suplex and the hand grenades and those kind of things. But PWG did have every now and again some really great tag matches, and like they brought up Mount Rushmore before, the Super Click and things like they would have great 6-man tags against Tommaso Ciampa, Tommy End, and things like that. You'd see some awesome matches. So I guarantee they've got some tricks up their sleeve, and this is probably going to be the highlight of the, if not that night, then maybe the weekend. We'll see.
Big Merc said, I laughed when the dude put down his Hyundai against the dude's title belt.
Yeah. See? I mean, that's the thing. It's just, all right, let's go for it. It's weird.
Kind of weird.
It doesn't make a ton of sense, but if you're going to do it, I guess you're all in.
Yeah.
Miro's
I need our own city in Philly with gritty. Yo, this whole city with gritty. Yo, we might eat our own shitty. Yeah.
We need a New Jersey donation.
In the city of Philly, we eat shitty. We're gritty as can be. We can survive off our motherfucking home PCs. In Philly, we're gritty. In Philly, we're gritty. This whole city, we'll eat our own shitty. In Philly, that's why our mascot looks like a...
The king is here to help open the show again. Welcome back,
Oh, shit.
Jake. Glad you're doing good. 7/10th show tonight. Solid build for Grand Slam. I'd probably would have left with either Omega/Bryan ending or even Sting/Darby/FTR. The Mox.
All right, I would have ended.
The Mox cliffhangers are meh, and I do agree.
I wouldn't have gone with Omega and Danielson as the ending because it's just I don't know. I don't want to end on a promo.
Oh, they also said you're used to losing the Monday Night War. Or the Wednesday Night War, excuse me, the Wednesday Night War.
Who'd they say that to?
To Adam Cole, Christian Cage. That was his other insult backstage. He's
Oh.
like, you're used to losing the Wednesday Night War, so you'll lose this match. Kind of like that was the insult.
That's funny.
I didn't get to take great notes tonight, so I apologize.
Well, that's pretty
but-
funny. Like that's
Yeah, oh, that's what I'm saying. So it wasn't so much to make fun of the company, but as it was to make fun of him. And they did a great job by spitting these things out. I wish I could remember everything that was said here, but stellar, burns from Christian Cage.
John Stella, Constipated Rock. Sorry.
Hell yeah. So then, actually, I know it happens much later in the night, but really quick, I want to mention Miro's response since we just brought up the Hyundai nonsense. Miro just says, "Why are you calling me out again?" And he's like, "I'm going to bash your car, and then your family's going to thank me for being the Redeemer."
Whoa, I like it.
Okay, like I said,
I mean, whatever.
so he doesn't want the car. But
My
he's
thing that
taking
made
the
me
match.
mad is it wasn't funny. Like when Miro's funny, I love it. It just kind of was whatever.
It was missing, but why is Miro accepting this if he just said he's going to smash the car? He doesn't want it. First he says, "Why are you calling me out?" And then he says, "I don't want your car. I'm going to smash it."
Let's just call it what it is. None of this makes sense.
Yeah,
It's really
sadly,
stupid.
but do you think that he's going to win the title?
No, I think Miro's gonna win the car, and then drive it off a cliff or something.
I think they might pull some type of interference BS thing.
Yeah, where
because
Miro
they
wins.
didn't finish the feud with Kingston, so Eddie comes out, costs him the title, and then they could still feud again. I could see something like that happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Miro's
Because
gonna
he low
lose it.
blowed Eddie, so
Maybe.
I don't know. Just to pop that Arthur Ashe Stadium crowd. Is that when
Yeah.
this is happening, or is this happening this Friday?
I don't know when it's happening either. I honestly zoned out on this. I saw the car and I was
It might
like,
be this Friday. So
I take this as the underdog guy challenging the big dog, but the big dog's gonna win in the end. but at some point the little guy will get some kind of retribution, and then they'll dissolve it. I don't think.
I mean, if they did let Sammy get involved, like Alexa said, that's not a bad idea. I mean, him and Sammy are best friends. That's how he got into AEW with the vlog stuff and everything. So could work great, but
right.
Because then think about it, we get a match with Sammy and Miro. That could be really good. Certainly, Sammy as TNT champion would be excellent. There's a lot of upsides to this if they do it that way. So, hey, let's see what happens. It is this Friday. Thank you, Mike. Okay.
I'll say one thing about tonight. Although I paid a lot of attention to a lot of things, and I really enjoyed a lot of things tonight, including Grimm punching Malachi Black almost. But one thing that I did not, it's almost as if I didn't want to know about it. I was very uninterested in knowing about what's coming up Friday, what's coming up next Friday, and what's coming up next Wednesday. I was very confused by everyone saying at next week's Rampage and at the next Dynamite, and then I was very confused about what. So all I can tell you is I enjoyed tonight, and I can tell you everything I thought about tonight, but I have no predictions on what's going to happen in the future because I was unable to decipher what matches are happening where.
If I didn't
don't
go
know.
over it multiple times, Joe, to know for the show as to what's what. I'm even still confused. Like I said, Mike thankfully clarified that. And a few
Right.
others in the chat.
I'm lost.
But
what's happening this Rampage? And when CM Punk or somebody said next week's Rampage, so does that mean it's next week, not this
yes.
Rampage
And
Friday?
I believe they're filming all 4 hours together on Wednesday.
Next Wednesday?
Yes.
And how long
At
is
Arthur
Rampage?
Ashe
And then
Stadium.
how long is Rampage? I'm so lost.
Rampage
lost.
is going to be 2 hours next Friday.
Not this Friday, next
Not
Friday.
this Friday. This Friday's normal Rampage. It'll have Miro
Okay.
trying to win a car, like Price is Right.
Yeah, listen, Miro.
And then next Friday's 2 hours. So
when Miro says ridiculous shit, I find his promos amazingly funny. When he's like, what you got to do is step into the ring, and then I'm going to break every bone and eat your
you might
tears
like
in the ring.
him.
Like, it's funny
it was
as
kind
hell.
of ridiculous, Joe. He was saying outright how, I'm going to smash your car. I'm going to smash you. Your family's going to thank me. That whole.
I'm gonna piss on your car.
It was enjoyable. I'll tell you that. Like, his delivery was good. I just was hung up on the whole car and challenge thing. Like, why would he agree to do this again? Why does he want that more? If they just had him challenge him, I think it would have worked better than leave the car out of it entirely.
Right. I didn't see enough of it. I saw the car part, and I missed Miro's response. That's my only problem. So I can't tell you. I just normally find Miro's ridiculousness insane. And Rojas, I see you on hold. I'll get you on here in a few minutes.
So to clarify really quick, this Friday, as an ad opens up, this Friday we're getting the Lucha Brothers against the Butcher and the Blade for the tag team titles. We're getting Miro and Fuego del Sol with his newly purchased car in the line, and then Anna Jay is taking on the Bunny. So
oh my God! Fuck that.
That's the card for Rampage this Friday. So not really a great
Anna
night.
Jay and fucking the Bunny sucks in the ring.
Anna Jay is still rather green. She's got promise, I feel like, but
why is that a match not on Dark? What the hell are they doing?
Because of the story that's being told with the Dark Order right now, it seems like they're going to have someone come in to take over again. And I think it's going to be Bray. He's the only one that makes sense with his connection to John.
What does this have to do with that story?
Because the Dark Order is falling apart. And Anna Jay said, you guys can't come down to the ring for my match tonight during their interview backstage. Did you catch that?
No, I
missed it. Okay, so Dark Order's backstage. Anna Jay's talking. And she's like, oh, as soon as she goes to respond, Evil Uno cuts her off. And then Alex comes out and is like, oh, typical boss, you're cutting everybody off. And they all just start bickering and fighting. And Johnny says, I can't go to your match. And she's like, no, none of you. I don't want any of you there if you can't get along. And Tay Conti and her did their best friend hook, vagina fingers and walked off. So they're just showing that there's a bunch of dissension in the Dark Order. The only reason Alex returned is because of Tay and Anna Jay being there. But besides that, he wouldn't come back for anybody else. Colt's arguing with people, and everybody. It's just total disarray. That's what they're trying to show you. So it looks like someone is eventually going to come in and save the implosion of the Dark Order with a new leader. Because they all keep saying, "Who's our leader? Who's the leader? We need a leader." That's basically been the, the
mantra.
The
mantra. It's not really a mantra because they don't know, that shouldn't be a mantra.
It shouldn't, but it has been. Because they've been saying, "Oh, I'm the leader. No, I am. No, I should be leading." Uno took over for a bit, then that's why Alex quit. And I haven't been following the vlog stuff, so barely enough time to breathe. But Anna Jay said not to have anybody come out, so I imagine she'll lose because of Dark Order costing her the match, and she'll leave the Dark Order or, say I don't want to be around, something like that. There'll be some negative consequence there.
No, I'm hoping it's she never wrestles again. What do we got next here? What's next on the list? Actually, before we get next on the list, is Dono. Oh, shit.
It's Shell. Until my eyes turn red, I end up dead. I eat the whole goddamn refrigerator instead. I smoke up when I toke up. I blow the smoke, I make you choke. I go for broke. Ooh, take a deep inhale, then exhale with me. Dirty. Smoke up. I wanna talk up. I wanna smoke up.
Good, solid show tonight. I give it 7/10. Like Jake said, I really did give a shit about Mox and some Japanese dude. Boring last match, and you knew how it would end. Should have ended with Bryan Danielson and Omega. Next week will be fire.
I just don't, I can't really get, you know what it reminds me of? Let me tell you exactly what it reminds me of, which is okay, but I just don't think it should end the show. Because if it's going to end the show, then they better be bloodied up or something. But it reminds me of when Terry Funk first really started coming into the WWE to attack Mick Foley, Mankind. It was because at the time a lot of people didn't know who Terry Funk was. He was this crazy deathmatch guy, hardcore guy at that time. A lot of people, some people knew the lineage of the Funks, and some
he
people
had
knew,
a following, but
Right.
not nearly as recognizable as he had in other territories.
That's what this
years
reminds me
before.
of. This Suzuki is just like that.
But at least they did more than just a one-off announcer promo during their entrance. And this feels so cheap, too. I'm sorry it does, but his gripe is that they didn't play his music on TV.
Well, no, that's
so
hilarious.
like everyone's against them.
That cracked me up because they're like, I agree with you, it's stupid though. But
It's very stupid. It works, but it's stupid.
But what it is it's also weirdly smart, because they're like, all right, so they cut him off. He didn't have enough time to wrestle Moxley. They fucked up on the timing last week. So now they go, Suzuki's mad. Let's talk about the Suzuki controversy.
I guess New Japan was actually a bit
They're probably pissed.
miffed at how it was handled.
No,
Yes.
they are. Of course they're pissed. Everyone's pissed. So AEW comes out and says the Suzuki incident. But the kayfabe incident, is that he was treated with disrespect because he
Over
didn't
his
get an
entrance.
entrance and the ref was biased and all these things. But that's them
the
winking.
Mizo,
That's them winking.
no.
They're winking at all of us, though. Like, oh, we know. That's them saying the incident, the shoot incident, is that the guy got 7 minutes to wrestle. They cut off his special moment, and it didn't make any sense. The match was stupid. They fucked up on the timing. So that's the incident, is that the time got cut short. But they're not going to come out and say that and break kayfabe and be stupid.
No.
So
No,
they
of course
they
not.
acknowledge it without acknowledging it. It's fucking. I think that's brilliant. But again, they could have made it more
It's
like.
still silly that it's over entrance music.
By the
but
way,
yes, I get the point.
why didn't Suzuki show up tonight and say? And I know that people are going to be like, Joe, what do you think every Japanese guy has to say the same thing, like fucking whatever, Shinsuke Nakamura? But I would show up and be like, you disrespect me, now you die. And then he should have beat the shit out of dude. He should have bloodied Moxley. He should have left Moxley bloody in the ring. And then Eddie Kingston should have come back in the ring, and that's when Lance Archer and them, they should have beat him up. And they should have left they should have left Eddie and Moxley fucking bleeding in the ring. and Suzuki, and like, you know, they're like going off the air, and he feels disrespected, and now like if this is how upset, and this what is he woken up in Suzuki? Well, after the disrespect last week, you can see that he's like it's like, oh my God, he's insane. What's he gonna do next week? That's what they should have done instead of having a fight around everywhere that Cody Rhodes already did the better crowd fight.
Exactly, you already had the fight earlier in the night.
Yeah. And by the way,
so it felt like rinse and repeat. And I have to say one thing too.
They ruined $70 worth of beers too. By the way,
they did maybe more than that. But Suzuki's entrance, if that's what it is, I see why they cut it. Christ, that was long and boring.
Right, like
he walked slower than the Undertaker. I was like, and he kept saying the music kind of on. You're like, what's going on? Like the crowd doesn't know what to sing along with it.
Well,
like I think he heard 30 people kind of say something, but I was waiting for like, what is this big deal for his entrance? And it was just a bunch of footage.
Probably about 3,000 people knew. 3,000 maybe 50 of the.
I wouldn't even say that many. I mean, you heard it was quiet.
I don't understand it either. The guy looks like my friend Bobby if he was Japanese, and he comes out there. But that's why I compare it to Terry Funk.
I could see that.
When Terry Funk showed up in WWE, he looked like an old man. Like, it was like, who's this old fucking man?
But at least there was this legend around his name that people somewhat knew, and other people talked, word of mouth spread. But then WWE really made it.
I barely had heard of him. I'd barely heard of him. I was like, oh yeah, I've kind of heard of the Funks, I guess. Not really. Like, I didn't even know. Oh yeah, I saw him in ECW once and thought it was weird, I think. But I didn't really know either that much. I knew his brother and like stuff like that, but barely. So I was like, who the fuck? Same thing with Suzuki. I'm like, oh, Suzuki. Yeah, I've seen a couple of his crazy matches before in Japan, but not really. I don't care that much. So that's why I'm making that comparison for me.
Yeah.
It reminds me of.
I get that.
And I know that, and a lot of my friends, some of my friends said, oh my God, fucking Terry Funk. And then other people, most people though, said, who the fuck is this guy? And remember, he was Chainsaw Charlie. So it was like, this Chainsaw Charlie, what the fuck is he doing? He's got pantyhose on his head. And then you find out it's Terry Funk, and I just didn't get it. Like, I didn't quite get it. Like, but then I started learning who Terry Funk really was, all because of that. And
Moki Z makes a great point, saying a ton of people popped in Chicago for his entrance. When you listen, oh no, I'm not saying they didn't pop, because people still pop tonight, no doubt about it. He is a legend in wrestling, not just in Japan. I'm not arguing that, but it's not someone that a lot of people know of. So I wish they did more since he already did the surprise thing and then the match, they could have aired more about him, his history, something to really build up more to it, or as Joe said, explain more afterwards and make it like more to come cliffhanger. Instead, didn't kind of feel that way.
But remember, I'm sure Suzuki actually felt disrespected for real. So on top of that, so what should have happened tonight is, like I said, they should have left Moxley bloodied, or they should have made him seem like a threat, because tonight it felt like more of the same. It felt like, here's that. I felt like, okay, I saw this the last time Moxley beat him. So I saw this 3 weeks ago, and then Moxley beat him in 7 minutes. Now he's doing it again. Big deal. This is stupid. So he should have come out tonight, got the upper hand on Moxley, so there was something interesting about next week. He left him bloodied. He left him broken. He did something scary. And so, again, they dropped the ball there. And listen, a lot of us think this was a 7 out of 10 show tonight. I think it was a 7 out of 10. But I honestly believe if they had executed some of this stuff, like Pillman actually being angry about his family instead of caring more about, oh, yay, crowd, and if this had happened more intensely insane at the end of the show, and if your comment about what's her face, maybe Malachi Black, stuff like that, if they had these little nitpicky things that I have tonight, if these things had been executed more fiercely, this show could have been an 8 or an 8.5 out of 10 tonight. So it's a 7, which is great, but sad.
You know what's funny too is, I mean, originally, this is in New Jersey as well, but this would have came after last time, because this show, like they said, they've had their tickets for a year and a half, and they weren't exaggerating. The tickets were for March 25th, 2020.
Oh shit! Teddy Goods was on Dark.
I had heard that and forgot to mention it to you. Yes, that I didn't get to see it yet.
Oh, shit. Shout out to Teddy Goods. He was on AEW Dark. God damn it. It's about time.
Chris Jericho was still AEW champion when those tickets were going on sale. That's how long ago it was.
That's awesome.
But I guess they sold over 10,000 tickets, and people have been holding on to them for a long time. So hopefully they enjoyed themselves tonight. After that, MJF comes out, and he said, people were sympathetic for Pillman Jr., but they should be sympathetic for him for having to come to New Jersey. This place sucks, and it's just a cesspool, and the Islanders suck harder than Jersey Shore skanks do. And
No.
I know what I said might have offended some people, but guess what? MJF doesn't care. And then he said, guess what? I'm gonna talk to your dad right now. And he starts to talk up to the sky, and then he starts stomping his foot and goes down and acts like he's talking to hell. And he's like, come on, we know he's not in heaven. And he said, if you go to Queens next week, I'm gonna massacre you, and that that you could all chant Pillman as much as you want to. And then they start chanting. He's like, but at the end of the day, it'll be obvious because I'm better than you. And that's when he obviously came out, and he tells Wardlow, go up the stage, get him. But Brian Pillman Jr. is prepared for that, has a chair in his hand, comes in the ring, starts to attack him. And then, it was weird, like you said, because he stood there and didn't continue to attack either man. He could have, but he didn't. So we went over this earlier, obviously, but still a decent segment. I really liked the backstage interview between JR and Pillman Jr.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Because of their connection with their, his father and whatnot. It was very telling. And
JR's story was the real thing there. I mean, that was
was the meat of it. Yeah, that was the crux of everything going on. I was there when your dad told me you were going to be born and have your name or have his name, I should say. But MJF humiliated your father and your sister and your mother and your family. You need to massacre him. Can you do this? You need revenge.
And that's why it made no sense that he was out there like paying more attention to the crowd. Like,
yeah, because this interview had already happened. Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, no, JR told you to maim this guy. JR, fucking the guy with the cowboy hat, told you to maim him. Brian.
That's why they should have saved that interview for Friday.
Well, that's a great point, because he was almost like he had seen this and was trying to tell him, no. Like, where's your fire, bro? You're playing up to the crowd too much.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe JR needs to say something like that. Like, listen, you were obviously brought up a wonderful person, but you're not the loose cannon necessarily, but maybe we need to pull that out of you because you're too nice. And that's what this was. It was just too much. Like, he should have gone after these guys, and I blame.
Yeah.
I think Tony Khan and them should have called made that call to say, you just keep trying to get him, and we're going to send the refs out there to.
It takes 3 referees to hold back Pillman Jr. That's
exactly, and that should have happened, but.
They have medics out there. They got the doc.
This isn't a nitpick. See, I don't even believe this one's a nitpick. I think that should have happened like that. But that's me. Like, the nitpick stuff was more of a couple other things I think we sort of mentioned.
That's an absolute great criticism, because they've disparaged your entire family, MJF and Wardlow. They have literally, systematically gone through each family member one by one and torn them apart, and you're just okay with standing there. I wouldn't stop until they were bleeding.
Right.
So then we had FTR taking on Matt Sydal and Dante Martin. It was basically a way to showcase Dante Martin and FTR at the same time. Sydal was just there to do some stuff.
Yeah.
Good match overall. They made FTR go over big here.
They brought FTR back to life tonight, man.
Yeah, they needed to, and I'm really glad, because now we have FTR in that match coming up, so that'll be great as well. They're going to be taking on Sting and Darby Allin, which we'll be talking about shortly. And Dante attempting to take on both of them while Sydal was out was great, and then he starts getting away, and then they hit the big rig, and I'm like, damn, the Shatter Machine took him out, but. Afterwards, I believe that's when we had Lance Archer and Suzuki doing their Suzuki Goon commentary. Okay. Then Malachi Black came out. I feel like we pretty much covered all of this.
Yeah, Malachi Black. Well, I just want to say, I don't know if I haven't been paying enough attention or something, but this was my favorite entrance in AEW that I've seen him do yet. I don't know if it's any different than what he's been doing, but tonight, for some reason, That music, the entrance, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, Menra. I
Then
love the theme.
His promo
because I like
was
that
good.
band a lot. They're like more of a show to listen to than it's more concept and stuff. It's really really cool.
It just
it's
sounded
weird Dutch metal, but it's great.
It sounded scary, obviously, and it was uncomfortable-ish. And then his promo was great. And then it kind of went into the weird with what's her face. But then they go. We didn't talk about going into the crowd. We talked about Grimm punching Malachi Black almost. But going into the crowd was, dude. I got to tell you one thing about this. I don't know why. This was one of the longest fight to the top of the stairs things in a while, and I felt like I was in the crowd, excited.
It was great because they were really throwing in some hard right hands
and stealing people's beers every 5 feet. They took another drink and hit another drink.
Yeah,
dude, the crowd was loving it. I was having a blast watching it. The crowd got behind Cody, as well as Malachi, and dude, they threw about $100 worth of alcohol out, and people loved it. Like, take my money, I don't care. It must have. They took so many drinks. Those drinks are like $9.
Yeah, I know. Well, still cheaper than water, but.
It was funny, and I thought, man, I hope the ATM's working tonight because those people need to go back. These were full drinks, and of course, people love it. You know, that's the only time someone can take
people
a drink from you.
You want to get involved.
Yeah, they're like, dude, he took my drink and hit him with it. That's the funnest thing ever. And it's like no other time are you happy that someone just knocked your $10 drink that took you fucking 10 minutes to get, like, out of your hand. But when a wrestler takes it and smashes a guy with the head with it, it was worth $50.
I've personally seen WWE give people vouchers.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if Cody was like, give the whole fucking section beer. Like, I don't know.
For ruined clothing, for ruined, for like drink spilled and stuff. And because it was Batista and I want to say Orton when Orton was the champion.
You think they put Grimm in? I'm sorry. I keep going.
No. Just saying right before Orton took him out and Batista had the shoulder surgery, so he only had the belt really quick.
Yeah.
They were brawling to the outside, and it was a dark match thing. And when they did, they rolled outwards, and Randy knocked over like a whole section basically of chairs when people stood up, and it just like. But they gave people vouchers for drinks and for snacks, and
not a
top
rope
stuff spilled on them. And I don't imagine that.
We're taking your drink and hitting you with it. But no, I was saying, you think they put Grimm in that spot because they knew because it reminded me of like when the WWE gave me tickets.
I don't think so. I think he bought that.
Yeah, probably
because
he wouldn't have swung at Malachi Black like that. I feel like
no, he typically brags about purchasing most of his. I mean, you and I, especially you, used to get great seats, but we've always said they were comped firsthand.
Well, I mean, like, I was thinking of Hell in a Cell when Sasha and Charlotte came flying out right exactly the same position.
Yeah.
I was right where Grimm is when Sasha and Charlotte came right into the crowd. And
I think it was just coincidence, honestly.
It probably was.
Because he's not being screen tested either.
That's a great point. I do remember Road Dogg, though, saying he DM'd me on Twitter and was like, don't touch the women, or something like that. It was like, don't touch the women or don't touch the wrestlers. And I told Leah, I'm like, what's he fucking talking about? He's like, don't do it, Joe. And I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? And then Charlotte and Sasha came right at me and Leah, and I was like, oh, that's funny.
That's why you said it. So yeah.
So
Getty
I thought
knows really quick said it's $17 a beer at the New York show.
Oh my God.
Highway robbery. That's an understatement.
Yeah.
That's the case. I don't know about Jersey, but New York is expensive. So.
Grimm usually does buy his own thing, so I do know that. Listen, I bought my own too, but I mean, for a while, I didn't have to. Luckily, thank you, WWE.
Yeah, but also it was not in a case where like he went always above and beyond to get those ringside seats.
Guys, what the fuck is this? We got to get some more. We got to get some more retweets on my Dan Lambert song. Okay, get over there to Twitter right now, guys. Go on to Twitter. This thing needs to be retweeted everywhere. We need to get this thing rolling. It doesn't have enough. Look at this. We got to get this going. Fat face dipshit. We got to get fat face dipshit trending. Listen to this. Get it going, guys. That fucking part cracked me up. We'll come up to it in a few minutes here, but go retweet that on Twitter. Fat face dipshit. Jericho wanted it. I did the best I could.
No, you're spot on, because right after Malachi Black and the simple Dark Order thing we already covered is Dan Lambert. So he's out there and he's got everybody with him still. And I hate the idea that he still has the top team fighters with him. If they're not going to be able to get physical, we'll see, I guess, when they actually have the match. But I don't know. I would have just, instead of having him have UFC fighters, I would have just had him manage Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page the whole time.
Yeah. I don't.
Just my thought, because you have, Andrei Orlovsky, who's a legit badass and
Yeah.
Used to beat people in a cage for a living, and it's like,
they're trying to make it, they're trying to sell that they're, I get it. It's okay.
well, I like the MMA angle that they're bringing Jake in because he's undefeated, Hager, and yeah, so okay, but it's still a little odd.
I like this interaction though. I like Dan Lambert. I liked Jericho here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what they did, having him shut the music off and the crowd still sang, and everybody had to look up the lyrics on their phone. Jericho calling him, "Has you made a great song of a fat face dipshit?" Jericho starts singing it.
That killed me, bro.
That broke Hager and me
You're
as well.
a fat face dipshit. Like, dude, I fucking lost it.
Like I said before, joking, about Guinness, but yeah, it seemed like that was the most times ever the word shit has been uttered on a wrestling show before.
It was a lot of shit.
God,
tonight. There was a lot of shit.
Fat face dipshit, horny piece of shit, you piece of shit. Like,
how about CM Punk? The crowd was singing, but the CM Punk talked over it. Remember that?
Yeah.
CM Punk's like, I don't give a shit if they're singing.
No, he didn't care, but he's good on commentary. I do always enjoy him.
Yeah, no, I liked Punk on commentary.
I liked him calling out Excalibur for not naming a move right.
We gotta that's gotta
That
go.
was hilarious.
Let's listen to Fat Face Dipshit, everybody.
To
Listen
your
to this.
song, but none of us knows the words to "I'm a fat face dipshit." Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that's so funny.
To "I'm a fat face dipshit." Yeah, yeah, yeah. But none of us knows the words to "I'm a fat face dipshit." Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now you do. I'm a fat face dipshit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, they could really cash in on this stuff, though.
Yeah.
Because Masvidal is in the welterweight division. He's got the bad motherfucker title. Jake Paul just made a claim to Dana White saying, "I want to face Masvidal, and I'm wagering to actually have the fight." So he's putting up all this crazy amount of money. Apparently, it's going to be millions and millions of dollars that Jake Paul wants to put up.
Yeah. I don't care about fuck him. Hope they did. I don't care.
But
about
what
them.
I'm saying is, you have Masvidal on your show, and he doesn't even so much as barely look at the microphone. Never mind, utter a word
Why
on
not?
it.
Why not get on the mic and say something about
or
him?
do anything with any of these guys, Orlovsky or any of them.
Or maybe Dan Lambert could just be like, "Hey, and by the way, I just spoke to Masvidal about 15 minutes before I came out in this piece of shit ring, and you know what he said? He said he's gonna. What do you say, Jake Paul? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
And he said he's gonna fuck up Jake Paul so bad he won't be able to have kids, which I think he'll be happy about. So we don't have another inbred piece of garbage. Like that would make headlines.
Great.
Or maybe obviously you can't say the F word, but like
No.
that, oh, Dan Lambert and fucking Masvidal call out.
You don't want him running around calling people, queer. Certainly that doesn't go far.
Well, I didn't say that.
You say you don't want him using the F word,
As in, I said fuck.
I misunderstood. Gotcha. I was talking about Lambert. He's a little iffy. But Lambert continued lambasting AEW, and Jericho comes out. Crowd sings along after he makes them stop their music. He says, "You're surrounded by your MMA meatheads, and you got top team. Which one's on top?" That was a great line. And he's like, "I've dealt with MMA trained guys my entire career," making reference to obviously Lesnar as well as a few others. And he said, "If you want to see American Top Team take down the Inner Circle, it won't be in this shithole Jersey. It'll be in the largest city that never sleeps, in New York." Jericho's like, "If you're such pussies, if you weren't such pussies, then we'll take you down next week. And there's no escape from New York for you." So good line there as well. I like the entire interaction back and forth. I'm fine with them waiting to get physical, but shouldn't it be all of the Inner Circle since they have so many people on Lambert's side?
Yeah. I mean, where's
Sammy
where's
and-
everybody else? Yeah, they're gonna need a
Where's-
lot of people. I mean,
Yeah, where's
That's
where's
where-
Ortiz
that's
and
why it's too bad they-
Santana and-
that's why it's too bad they didn't get Brock Lesnar, because it would have been awesome if, like, the Inner Circle showed up. But now there's eight MMA guys versus like 5 or 6 of you, and then Jericho's like, "Oh, you didn't really think we were gonna come out here without me making a phone call to somebody," and Brock comes out and then he beats like Stone Cold, takes out everyone almost. Like, that would have been awesome. Like, and even if it wasn't that Brock is in AEW, it would have been awesome if he was just showing up for that time. But maybe they will do that. Maybe they'll bring in another name or someone. I mean, they should go after Conor McGregor, don't you think? Go get Conor McGregor to show
That
up.
would be huge, and Connor just having this fight with Machine Gun Kelly, get Machine Gun Kelly in there and do
Yeah, get
something
this
with the
going.
two of them. Machine Gun Kelly is going to do the theme song to the Grand Slam show, something like that. That's all you need. And then Connor comes and challenges him in Arthur Ashe Stadium. That place would go nuts,
Oh my God.
insane. So I really like what they were doing here. And did you catch any of the NXT last night?
Oh,
the
you did-
Redux.
I did a whole review on NXT last
Oh,
night.
see, I didn't get out of the hospital until going into Dynamite tonight.
Oh my
so
God,
I'm-
dude! Did
I'm
you see
so
the
far
wedding?
behind.
We can't get we got to stick on AEW and finish
I know we got to
this
stick on
review,
AEW.
goddammit.
So what I'm saying, because I'm bringing up Jade Cargill. Well, NXT has the white Jade now. I thought you would, my God, they had the whoever.
No, they had a
towards the end
black
there.
Jade too. They had what's her name in the? Let's
Yeah, in BFAB's group there.
Yeah, her. Like, she's
yeah.
a tall fucking big person. She's not like, nobody's Jade though, dude. Nobody is Jade Cargill. Oh yeah, you're talking about the shorter girl who looked like
but
she looked like Discount
incredibly
China.
She is just. Oh my God, stacked though. I was like, oh, it's the white Jade.
Yeah,
Is
but
that
she's
Botch
too,
2.0?
not even close though. Jade would step on her. Jade's way bigger than her, but I know what you're saying. She looks,
Yeah, it
and
just
she's
was-
not even as. She's like a quarter, like half the size of China. Not even China. This girl, but she did look hot. I wanted her to smash my life into pieces.
Damn straight. But we did have Jade Cargill come out next, and she took on, the real That Botch, Jade Cargill, not the imitation on NXT. Take on Layla Hirsch. It was good. Sadly, most of it was in a picture-in-picture commercial break.
Yeah, it really
It was a
wasn't much you
6-minute
could
match,
make.
and 3.5 minutes of it just about was in the commercial.
Yeah, there wasn't much you could make from this. The commercial broke this one up too much. I didn't really. This was probably the weakest moment of the show. It's like nice to get Jade out there with the other girl who was like really over in that battle royal thing. It just didn't make sense here. It almost felt like I'm glad they used her again. I don't remember her name now. Maybe you got it written down, but I don't remember her name. But she really got over because she showed her power in the battle royal, but from what I saw, I didn't get to see her really show her power here. It was sort of
Layla
just
Hirsch.
Layla Hirsch, is that it? So
Yeah.
Jade really was just another stepping stone for Jade. I would have used somebody else.
That's what I'm saying. It was the booking here was odd because Layla is supposed to be this Olympic hero that's being booked up, and she goes for a great suicide dive, and then she does this great knee strike and sends her back in the ring, and then she hits a moonsault, and she misses, and then Jade just gets to land that hook kick and win. It's like okay, Jade wins, but really it's only because she got to take advantage of Layla screwing up the moonsault.
By the
Not
way-
in the sense that she missed, she was able to get out of the way, but so it was like, okay, it didn't look great for Layla because not only did she miss the moonsault attack, but then she loses on top of it. I don't know why they would want to cut her legs out right now when they don't have a lot in their women's division. So they need to keep building here.
I just want to say you're right, and I agree. And this was one of the softer moments of the night. Big shout out to Mox the Direwolf and everybody else who's been retweeting my fat face dipshit song. People are tweeting it at Jericho, which is hilarious. I'm sure Jericho will enjoy it. Probably tweet it all week. Have a fun time. Fat face dipshit. Maybe Jericho can write fat face dipshit. I'm a fat face dipshit. In the Fozzy way. I think it'd be great if. Well, I think it'd be great if Jericho just used my version, but I think it'd be great if Jericho recorded the version and like if Dan Lambert's team loses, he has to come out to that entrance music for the rest of time. Like he's only allowed to come out to that. He can only speak after his entrance music plays, and that's the music. I think that would be a great stipulation. And if Jericho loses, he can't use Judas or something like that anymore, or whatever they want to say.
Put something on the line.
Put the
like
music
that,
on the
not
line.
something so finite.
I mean, I know they already they just did
career,
that.
Don't put any, you don't need these type of infinite stipulations where it's so finite where you can't, you don't want, I'll never wrestle this one again. I'll never challenge for this. But doing something like hair, mask, music, those things are better tolerable and more enjoyable usually. It doesn't put you in as much of a booking hole as those other stipulations do.
Yeah,
because now if you want to have Cody challenge for the title, you remember, oh, you can't. You told us he wouldn't, remember, and that's an issue. So
I don't. That was one of the, and also just I don't know, man.
Unnecessary.
I don't understand. Yeah, it is a weirdly unnecessary thing. But I think he did it. He probably answers it in an interview somewhere. I think, and if I had him on, I'd ask him again. But I think he did it to quell the whole idea of him getting that shot because
special treatment.
Yeah, or to explain why he won't. Because, do you know what I mean? He's in the back saying, okay, I cannot wrestle for this belt anytime soon. People will just think I'm a Triple H or whatever you want to call it. I can't do this. But then people probably said, but Cody, if you're going to be kicking ass and doing all these things, how are we going to explain that you never get a title shot and stuff like that? So they had to do this. They had to have him say, I'll never wrestle for the title, blah, blah, blah. Because they had to come up with a way to get out of him wrestling for the title because he was like, I refuse to do it because I'm too invested in the company as whatever. So that's what I think.
The Young Bucks were like, oh no, we'll take the titles.
Yeah, the Young Bucks. No, fuck that. We'll be the tag champions. Nah. Well, I also think the Young Bucks are sort of coming to the crescendo of their career, where I think Cody
kind of feels that way.
Where Cody is even
certain
though
people are on an upspin, other people, Cody's kind of at a plateau, but not in a bad way. He's just still up top. But he's just kind of staying
Cody,
there.
listen,
he's not going up.
I know that whatever it is, I love Cody, man. Cody is almost my Hulk Hogan. If Cody's music hits and he comes out there to have a match or have a fight, I am so pumped up, dude. I don't know what it is, but Cody Rhodes has become one of the guys for me that's I'm very excited. I don't know why. I can't explain. I think it's his wrestling style. I don't know. It's everything. I know some people don't like him or they're sick of him or whatever they want to say, but I just, since day one, Cody's, and this is going back to when he was still wrestling around in the indies. When I saw him come out, he just feels it special. He feels
exciting.
important.
I just wish they would stop the same typical booking that they've done for nearly 3 years with him at this point. Where he gets his ass beat quickly, he goes away, his family gets beat, he comes back, he destroys whoever. He comes out, he gets interrupted in a promo.
Yeah,
the next challenger, he gets his ass beat.
He got to he sets the record for lights out. He sets the record for lights.
A lot of those things.
Lights going out. Even in Boston at the second AEW show ever, he used the lights to show up.
Yeah,
at the show. So that was lights are always
definitely
going
a
out.
favorite of his. At least Malachi, it fits, and I like how the lights go out. He sits on the stage. The lights go out. He sits further down. The lights go out.
Yeah,
he's on the turnbuckle. The lights go out. He's in the center of the ring. It's eerie. It's cool, but it doesn't need any special effects or pyro, or it's just him, a spotlight, and the fans. It's great.
Yeah, I really loved.
I really am so just behind that.
Malachi Black nailed that entrance tonight, and then the promo. I love the way that was set up tonight. Yeah.
But you're going to be hearing him do more sermons, so it's going to be good.
What if the
no!
turkeys are
The Soundwave 92 is booted off Shell and D. Walsh off the top donators.
What if they killed us and ate our children? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us, if they had to hate us, Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart.
The turkeys are
But
here.
first they
How about
eat
Jericho
our
tonight,
health,
baby? Go!
and then they'd eat a bud. The turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us?
What if the turkeys at Thanksgiving, instead of us eating them, what if the turkeys ate our nuts and ate us? It ate our families and our kids and everybody. My friend who I met at AEW Dynamite in Boston, here he is, the top donator, Soundwave 92.
Solid show tonight. Nothing incredible, but it did some really good moments. I really loved the MJF segment where he shit all over New Jersey. 7/10 next week will be massive, holy shit. 4 hours of live TV, and with this kind of card, New York will be wild.
Listen, I hope next week is as good as everybody's excited it's going to be. I'm concerned it won't be. That's me. But I don't even care about next week or next Friday. I'll be watching, but I'm not hyped up about it. I'm hyped up about what I saw tonight. Yeah, because I don't even know. Like, what, it could suck next week for all I know. I'm excited about tonight.
Next week sounds amazing.
All right. Next week is in like Dynamite, or what do you mean?
Dynamite and Rampage, the both Grand Slam shows, are going to be some of the biggest shows I think they've had.
All right. How long is Dynamite?
2 hours.
And then Rampage is 2 hours.
Yeah, so it's 4 hours, and I believe they're doing it all on Wednesday because it's at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. I don't think they're going there twice.
So it's a taped show on Friday.
I don't think they're going there twice, unless I'm wrong and someone corrects me on that.
So
I thought it was just the one show they sold the tickets for.
At the end of this review, we'll go back to this, and I will go through those matches, and we'll see what's going on. Where were we here? We were at.
So we right here is where we have Andrade in the back, and he said that he fired Chavo because I didn't tell him to interrupt the match, and he should have listened to me, and I'm the boss. And he was telling the other guy, yelling at him and whatever. I'm glad Chavo's gone. It seems like Ric Flair is going to be coming in any time now to do something with Andrade, so I'm waiting for that. That'll be good. I thought they would have just jumped on that after AAA. It was kind of obvious.
Yeah, exactly. The AAA appearance, then the NWA appearance. Now he's coming to AEW. Makes sense. He's hitting all the spots, which is what we predicted. It's like we're like, all right, he's gonna fucking do. Well, okay, we did not predict. I did not think he'd show up at AAA. I thought NWA then AEW. Instead, we got AAA, NWA, now AEW. Makes sense. By the way, haven't heard from Billy Corgan in a while. What's he been up to? Billy Corgan, where you at, man? Give me a call. I'll fly out there. But so I thought fine, whatever. But again, with Andrade, I really think he should be this just nasty, sick person. Like Gestapo-like person.
Yeah, that's be the Black Mask, embrace it.
I don't even know what that means, but he should be something.
The Batman villain that he dresses like to come out.
Yeah, see, I don't get that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I get that. But maybe he'll explain it. But I'm worried, man. He needs, because he. Oh my God, bro.
He's wandering right now. Yeah.
He's just nothing. He's like Miro when he showed up, but not as goofy. But it's just like it's a
He's
lot
just
of
not
like
taking his seat. Like the fans were pumped when he debuted. We're like, fuck yeah, because I remember those NXT matches, and I'm like, all right, here we go. El Idolo's back. Let's see what they're gonna do. And then he's with Vicky. Then he's with Chavo. Both not great decisions. It was odd.
Yeah, it's like they did the same thing with Miro. They just can't wait to run. Some people, they have this massive plan when they come in, and then other people, they just kind of go, gotta get him out there, fucking go with this guy and do the, and whatever. And
then people are giving WWE shit for moving up Big E's cash-in. It was supposed to happen at the draft show.
Who cares about WWE? What does that have to do with this?
Well, what I'm saying is AEW did the same thing by moving up the obviously Bryan's arrival and Punk's, and they had so it's all wrestling companies do the same thing, and as you said, they have a big plan with Bryan. They had a big plan with Punk, but with Andrade, it felt like we got him, throw him out there, and we'll figure it out later.
But it's like I had a plan with him, like do all this Gestapo shit where he's a psycho.
We can come up with a million plans, but they just apparently are doing it on a whim or on the fly. It feels like, anyways. That's what my point was. You got to let me bring it all back.
What?
You said what does that have to do with WWE? So that was my point. You got to let me bring it all back.
I was just concerned you were going to go into WWE stuff. I was like, oh no, like let's not do that. Fucking, that's what I was worried about. But I get what you're saying. But I don't know. That's still different to me. Like that's like a cash in. WWE is. They just hit the panic button because they were like, we got to do something. Well,
AEW panicked that they weren't going to be able
to. They're not panicking though. They're just saying like, let's bring them out there. Let's just go now. Yeah.
No, I'm saying AEW panicked that they weren't going to be able to debut Bryan in front of fans. So they moved that up. That was stated, openly.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, it's a different panic though. To me, the Big E thing is like a desperation, like,
Oh,
All
no
right.
doubt. I'm just saying that wrestling companies move things at all times. So, I was bringing it back to the fact that they had plans with certain people coming in, as where Andrade really just feels like it's on the fly. They're just acting on a whim. Who can we put him up against this week? Oh, well, we want him to face Pac at some point, but. And then when they did, they had the weirdest ending with Chavo because they were trying to protect them, and it came out rather piss poor, unfortunately.
Right. And I can't
Could have been a lot better.
I cannot put this over enough. If you are on my Patreon, you can go to the search part of Patreon. I'm telling you guys, Corrupted 36 fucking murdered me. It really killed me. It's so funny to me, dude. I was watching it the other day, Jake. I was dying. You and Bailey were so fucking funny. And some of the comments I made, like while you guys were fighting, like he was talking about, like, Jake, at one point he's like, you sent me a goddamn novel. I'm not going to read your whole fucking novel or something. And then I said something after you guys went back and forth about that. I went, well, you can just use what Tommy uses, which is that tard reading program. Like, hey, I'm sorry for being hurt. Like, it was just,
text to speech.
This shit was killing me, dude. I was cleaning my basement. I DM Bailey.
Bailey just goes on and on about how much he's a shitty friend for an hour. It's hilarious.
Dude, it's great. I sent it to Bailey.
He legit just admits, unintentionally admits how much of a shitty friend he is for hours straight. It's great.
Is that what he does? Oh my God, Jesus!
Did you listen to it?
You guys
that's
still have
clearly all he did the whole time.
Oh my God, you guys still have beef. Oh my God,
I tried to fix things. He never talked to me.
Oh my God. There's some more. Listen to this. I got a clip of it.
Oh, I had sent a message to Bailey.
This is the shit that you just hyped me up
had it
for and
me
got me all
over
pissed
whatever
off,
you guys-
and then you wrote me into being angry to do it, and then aired it all.
There's some fire.
You got me all pissed off, and then recorded it, and then aired it like dirty laundry.
I don't remember.
It was hilarious.
I actually don't remember everything, but I just...
we were live at that point.
No, we were on Corrupted.
Shows.
This was live
No,
on
no,
Corrupted.
before you built it up for Corrupted. And I just
okay,
wanted it to make money for you, but
yeah,
it was the last
great.
thing I wanted to do.
Yeah, we actually broke a record. There was 140 live listeners on. This is behind the paywall. There was 140 live listeners behind the paywall for this. Like, it was crazy. Oh, here's a.
What did I tell you?
This is fire, Jake. You guys did amazing, though. This is one of the best fights I've ever heard in radio.
Everybody said it sucked then, too.
Oh no, I think it's great.
You said it sucked then.
No, I didn't. I was loving. Oh, you're right.
You said it sucked then.
You're
You
right.
said it was terrible. Don't you tell me otherwise. I'm not crazy.
What do you mean? I said it was terrible.
You said it was terrible. This fight sucked. You said it even during the thing.
Yes. Okay. I know what you're talking about because I was listening and I was cleaning the basement, and at the the first hour of the podcast is you guys fighting, but after about an hour, I stepped in and I said, okay, well, that's it. Enough of that. We're only going to go around in circles. So let's move on to something else. That's this is fucking stupid. And so you're right. I did say that on the air. But what's funny is I noticed after I said that some people were quiet for a while. I was listening to this the other day.
Yeah, because you took a real personal fight and aired it out on air.
But no, it was really good. You guys, because it was
real.
Great.
It was all real. I bent over backwards for Bailey. I did all this shit for him constantly, and he shit all over me, and then tried to turn it around on me.
I know what I remember. But my point is to you guys is that it was really good. Like, so,
and then somehow me saying something turned into me white knighting for your wife, which was fucking ridiculous because that was furthest from the point.
Well, so
it was literally me making a comment, and then Leah and I never really recovered with our friendship from there.
Leah loves
She
you.
hated me for a while. She likes me now, but we never talk anymore. So
but Leah doesn't talk to anybody. She don't even talk to me.
We used to talk often.
Well,
and then that shit happened.
She loves you. She's always like, Jake is so good, like, to you, and I like he's so like he's the best person. He says this to me all the time. So I'm like, oh, you like Jake?
That's news to me.
I go, I thought you hated Jake like everybody or whatever. She goes, no,
Yeah,
I love Jake. I love Jake, and he's a sweetheart, and he's the only one that's nice to you or that ever really cared about you, and everybody else always just fuck whatever.
And then on Twitter all the time you say you have no friends.
Well, you don't count. No, I'm just kidding. No,
I know I don't.
No,
That's
no,
why I'm
but
the spare tire. You only take me out when you need
What
me.
I'm trying to tell you though is that you guys in that podcast when I said, okay, enough of this. This was stupid. Let's go on to the next thing. It wasn't stupid. It was fucking amazing. And I just want to say to you and Bailey, if he's listening,
Good to know now.
I'm sure JB isn't listening, but I think it came off wrong on the podcast because I was just trying to transition to the next segment. It was an hour of gold. Like, it was not bad. It was fucking good.
I was not aware of that.
You
People
guys
said it sucked, and
no,
you were
this
included in
was
that suck content.
This was
so.
fucking entertaining as fuck. I fucking
Good to
cleaned.
know. I'll have to go back and listen to it again. 'Cause I
I'm
haven't heard
telling
it since
you,
it happened.
I cleaned my basement listening to Corrupted 36 this morning. Like, oh, in sped reader thing, read it to me. Listen, this is amazing.
Fucked up.
All right.
Wow, that's not what you told me the other day.
What did I tell you?
So that is exactly where we came today.
Yes,
or
that's-
Tuesday.
that's where
so
we're
that
in.
led to Tuesday. So dude, does anybody maybe I'm in the wrong here with the Twitter DMs? I say, hey, I'm not good about keeping up with these, and then Joe, if you would have seen the book he sent me, you wouldn't have replied to it either. You'd have been like, fuck, reading that.
I would have had Tommy's fucking sped reader thing read it to me. Like fucking, I want to be friends again, baby.
Even when he sent me really long messages, I sent back one sentences, and to him that may mean oh, he doesn't really give a shit about it. It's no, dude, I don't like typing book long messages back and forth between people. I'm not a fucking broad, I'm not a yenta. I'm not gonna sit there and fucking send messages back and forth with somebody trading books for text messages. That's fucking faggoty. I don't want to do that shit.
Well, a good Christian would have.
But shit could be.
A good Christian would have. Dude, I just.
Trying to fix shit makes you a faggot. Don't you forget it.
Mad long on your website. That's okay, right?
All right, let's move on. So
hold on a minute. The punchline's coming up with Tommy.
Don't write articles on my website that are that long.
The whole point is that we make fun of Tommy in a minute. So what's up with the website? Now it seems to be that's the new. Oh, maybe that. Did we already hear the Tommy part? Anyway, whatever. The Tommy part's funny. Listen to the Tommy part later, guys. Contention, that's the brand new fight is the web.
Everybody to love him.
Oh, okay. So I already made the joke. Yeah. So the Tommy part was the point. That's the funny part. You have to listen to this. This fight is phenomenal. Episode 36. It's up on Patreon. Relive the fucking uncomfortableness that was that. It was amazing. Even Leah was there. Grimm's Toy Show and his wife tonight in the front row. Jake, I think together they combined for 7,050.
Shit, Mom!
You become Corrupted 36. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show.
Pillman needs to pull a gun out on Dynamite. Imagine lol.
Oh my God! Please happen. Oh God.
But none of us knows the words to I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah.
Mike, thank you, man. That killed me. That's a great point. Dude, he couldn't even go after them with a chair tonight.
Duncachino?
Don't mind come
if
on.
I do.
What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Grand Slam is stacked, but I don't think Omega vs Danielson is for the title. Grimm got the shot on Malakia Black. 6/10 show considering next week.
Man, everybody is all about next week. What the fuck? I don't know. We really are gonna go over that at the end here, but we're at the point right now where we're up to I think Malachi Black's match, whatever. Alex Oli, thank you so much for the $5, man. Much appreciated. Rojas, what did you have to say tonight, brother? How are you faring tonight? If you can even hear me, I don't know. Actually, hold on a minute, because Rojas probably isn't there because he's been waiting forever. Rojas, let me get one more dono in, then he can talk.
Pillman Sr. began as face in leopard panties, then blondes, then loose cannon. Maybe it's slow build for Junior? His mom was home. Does Happy Corbin dress Cody? Shell, how much to put me in head scissors? Archer Bean heel, face, heel, face.
Jesus. Shell, you have a new gynecologist? Jesus. Thank you for the 304 Shell's new gynecologist.
They're
Pillman
very
Sr.
in-depth there.
Faced leopard. I don't know. I just think he needs more edge. We got to get more edge on Pillman Jr. There's
Pulling
no
out a gun would be a great idea. Now that's how you do it. I like.
Well, and also here's the thing: you can actually they're not going to do it, but
No,
you
but-
could push him to something similar,
he doesn't have to be his dad. He could be a new person. But
but all we need to do is do what I said earlier. They hold him down. I don't want to repeat this again because I've said it 9 times tonight. But here's the point: when the refs are holding Pillman down on the ground to keep him from assaulting people with a chair, and he's lost his mind, he's going insane trying to kill MJF. Have Wardlow come out of nowhere and kick him in the head, and then have him go limp So the refs are holding him and cause him to get hit. That would get so much fucking heat. And now MJF gets the one up on him because the refs are holding Pillman back, and now he's defenseless as Wardlow kicks him in the head. Oh my God! So that prompts MJF to be in his trailer next week or whatever, and then have the fucking scene. Dude, fucking copy the scene where MJF is having dinner in his trailer, and he's like, "You ordered me the wrong steak." You know, that type of thing. And Wardlow and him are having dinner in the fucking trailer. And then there's noise outside and all this stuff. And then MJF's like, "Go out there and find out what the hell that is, Wardlow." Or find out what the hell's going on outside. Wardlow comes outside, and then out of nowhere, like, fucking, he has to do like, I don't know, he's got something. It's not a gun, because they won't do a gun. I would love a gun, but they won't do it. He hits him in the back with a pipe or whatever the fuck, and he comes in, and it's just that shit would be hilarious. From there, I don't know where they go, but the whole thing where he invades MJF's trailer with a bat or a pipe or a tire iron or something more clever than that we aren't thinking of. Jake, do you have anything besides a dildo? I mean, I don't know.
Use his cane that his father used. Have Pillman, go into the attic or the basement of his home and open up a box, and you see him push aside a lot of dust, and there's his father's trunks, and then underneath it is the cane.
Or a giant pencil, that giant pencil he fought with once.
That too.
Remember that?
He whips out his father's cane, and that thing,
Yeah.
ended possibly some careers. So he brings that out, and the first thing he does is he splits open MJF's head with it.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
I mean, he gets a brutal blood job from, total blading, but you make it look legit where he just cracks him in the head with it. And then that cane is going to have blood splatters on it, and he's not going to clean it.
Oh, my God. Let's go. Please, somebody hire us. Like, this is great. Let's go.
And Alex Ole's going to be there next week for the New York show. And I think it's just one night. When I look online for Grand Slam, I see all of these matches announced, but I'm only seeing it as one. It's September 22nd, but it's airing Wednesday and Friday. So yes, Friday will be taped.
Ugh.
But at least it's going to be in a massive stadium. So, and that'll be the night of a few of the highlight matches too. So
what do we have left? The main event tonight? Did I miss something? I don't remember. I'm all over.
Past Darby Allin and Sean Spears had a good match after this. This was an excellent match, and obviously with Tully and FTR getting involved.
We skipped CM Punk getting in a little fight, didn't we?
Oh, yes.
So CM Punk gets in a fight with Taz and little guy.
Smart how they did this. They recovered from last week's little blunder, how he never mentioned Taz directly at that point, or Team Taz, but they kind of jumped the gun, it seemed like, with it, as you mentioned. But tonight, they did a good job with this, I felt.
I like how he's backing up. CM Punk's coming after him. Taz is talking shit somewhere in the back. And they obviously lured him in. He should have known, like, oh, look out for Hobbs, because Hobbs attacked him the last time, too. So, Hobbs is also dressed like an LL Cool J fucking, like if LL Cool J's man is what Hobbs was dressed like, which is great. And then Punk is still trying to fight. He gets put in like a submission lock, and then Hobbs kicks him. Then they put him, through a table, which was nice. So, not many people have been put through the announce table in AEW yet.
No, and it didn't break. And all I could think of was
it just tipped over.
Back getting yelled at by Punk, saying, "You stupid fuck, are you a moron? Tell me you're a moron." That whole thing on the podcast. So
right.
There's Mustafa with his JCS Army sign inside the stadium still tonight, walking around.
Look at Mustafa live inside the stadium. His mic's not on, though, but that's okay. I don't think it's on.
I heard him a second ago. There we go.
Oh, I don't hear him at all. Oh, I don't hear him at all. He's muted for me. It's probably the glitch. The glitch is happening. Oh, no, I got him. I got you, Mustafa. There you go.
Dude, man, what the fuck?
What's up, brother?
Oh, dude, I practically lost my voice.
I bet you did, dude. I was screaming, too, at the show tonight. I really was. I was screaming at the TV. I had a blast.
And you want to know something? And this is what's weird. If, people keep on talking online. It's like, oh, my God, this is the best show so far of the year. I'm like, dude,
no.
Wait until Queens.
Yo, really, I don't know if this was the best. I don't think it was the best show of the year tonight, but I thought it was a solid 7 out of 10, and I really liked it tonight.
Yeah, no.
No, if you were there, though, I'd be giving this an 8 or a 9 if I was there, I think, because it was fun.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's a different experience when you're there live. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
They wouldn't give the best show of the year to Jersey.
Yeah.
No, certainly not.
We never get anything.
Did
we
you
never get anything.
did you see Grimm's Toy Show take a shot at Malachi Black? Grimm's Toy Show tried to punch Malachi.
I didn't see that. I only caught the last 30 minutes or so of AEW.
Oh, there's Grimm. Joe Cronin. What's up, Grimm? Grimm, what's up, you fat fuck? You attacked Malachi Black.
Where? Who is this? Hi, I'm live.
Oh, you're live too?
You're live on the Joe
What's up,
Cronin
Grimm?
show.
You're live on the Joe Cronin show, Grimm.
Invaded.
Oh, Grimm, why did you ask him why he assaulted Malachi?
Yeah.
I think he
Great correspondent.
I'm sorry. Oh, you know what? He didn't even. Did he even know you're on my show? He run away. He saw a black guy and ran. That's what just happened. When you're in New Jersey and you see a black guy run at you, you just and you run away.
I mean, it doesn't help that we're still in Newark, so yeah, it kind of redundant.
Well, what happens is, he's afraid you're gonna kill him and take him back to Orange with you.
West Orange. I'm not in Orange, bro. I'm not in the hood.
Wait, no. Why are you from there? I was just making it up because I heard Orange was Orange is rough.
No, I'm from West Orange actually. But
what?
No, Orange
really
is more like
I was joking.
2 points for Joe on that one.
Yeah. Oh my God, I was kidding because I know Orange is a piece of shit. But no, that's fucking hilarious, brother. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were really from there.
If he was,
yeah, dude, I'm from, dude.
Nah, it'd be worse if he was from Trenton.
West Orange is more Caucasian than practically. West Orange and South Orange are more Caucasian than anything else. Orange and East Orange are like projects.
Yeah. No, listen.
It'd be worse
the
if
white
he was
people
from
are
Trenton.
No, the white people are rough in Orange. They're the ones on crack and heroin.
No, dude.
Come
That's
on.
like maybe like 40, 50 years ago with all the Italians and everything like that, dude. They screwed shit up.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I don't know. I don't know my oranges. That's all. Oh,
Nothing but crack addicts in Jersey.
Well, look at that, Rastafa. That we just got Rastafa's. Somebody clip that. That's his fucking mug shot right there. Or if you're a racist, mud shot. No, but Rastafa.
It'd be funny if the cops arrest Rastafa, and it's like a fat man has been saying you've been harassing him, following him around you trying to rob him. Let's check your pockets. Is that a real ticket to this?
That's so funny, man. I'm actually messaging Grimm too, so that's funny that he ran up to him.
No, just because I saw him. Because you got to understand, when you're in an arena, security won't allow you to go down to the floor level for whatever freaking reason. So like, I just like waited around. I was like, oh yeah, that is Grimm. So I just went up to him. I was like, yo, bro, what up? So when I saw him on the ground, I was like, yo, dude, say hello to Joe.
I just texted Grimm and told him that I told him that I told him that I told you he's scared of black people.
Yep. And he's also scared of tornadoes.
Yeah,
he didn't know that you were. He didn't know that you were his on-field liaison or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
we have a reporting live from AEW Dynamite.
You should have held up that sign to him.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah,
Wait, maybe he saw that sign. He was like, "I'm getting the fuck out of here." JCS.
Not another one of these people. This guy has friends like that Tommy fat guy. Actually, you know what's funny? When I tweeted Tommy the other day, when I said delete this to Tommy NC, Grimm, once in a while, Grimm tweets me and messages me, even though we're friends and stuff. But the other day when I said delete this, Grimm hates Tommy NC. He
with
hates
a passion.
him. Yeah, like Grimm is like, that guy is a spoiled, sick weirdo. Like, I mean, like, he won't say this on the air somewhere. But I'm telling you,
he definitely hates him.
He hates him. So he was like retweeting and liking the shit out of that the other day because he knows that Tommy sucks. Even though
Do you remember when he got? Do you remember when Tommy gave him the toys at the Internet Darling show? Oh my god, that guy's hand was on that girl's ass. But anyway,
yeah.
When he handed him the toys, and Grimm gave him this look like, I already have these, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
I don't want your fucking toys.
You mongoloid. Yeah, get out of here. You're making me fucking uncomfortable.
Shit
bomb. One of these have Cheeto stains on them.
Oh, shit bomb. Yeah. Mike Hamilton with the $1. Thanks, Mike Hamilton. What's up, man? Shout out to Poland Springs, what it means to be from a sewer. So anything else, Rastafa, that we saw tonight? I mean, that you were...
you saw all of Rampage, all right?
Oh.
Yes, I did. I did see Rampage, but I'm not going to do any spoilers.
Was it good, though?
Yeah, it was good. I will say the flow of the show was decent for a Friday, for an hour on Friday night.
Shit.
I'm really.
Well, this was Mike.
You become
Mike Hamilton dropping another $1. I want to know, was the Bunnies match shitty? That's what I want to know.
Actually, you want to know something? It was actually not.
Wow.
It actually wasn't. It flowed actually pretty good because remember, there was still enough activity for the other participants on outside of the ring to do.
Okay.
So were kept busy.
So, I mean, because we did think it's more than just them. It's going to be a big overall story, Jake was saying earlier.
Yeah, the Dark Order is going to get involved in the Hardy family.
Mike Hamilton, thank you,
You
brother.
become a shit bomb.
He's just dropping dollars, baby. Thank you, Mike.
Every time I tune into AEW, like the Dark Order is always a group that I'm like, it's like there's always a new leader that's rumored to be joining or something like that. Because I watch AEW very sporadically, but every time it's like, oh yeah, the Dark Order's rumored to get a new leader this month, and it's just like I just don't understand from like an outsider's view, like what's the appeal to that?
Well, originally, yeah, you're right. It was supposed to be Marty Scurll, and then we heard Matt Hardy, and then it ended up being Huber. And then when he passed away, there was rumors of replacements.
I'll tell you exactly. I'll explain it to you right now in 2 seconds. The Dark Order was interesting at first, then went nowhere, and they were really lost. And then when John Huber came in, Brody Lee came in, then it was fire. It was fucking great. And then when he passed away, it was, all the sympathy and stuff. But after a couple of weeks, you realize, man, this group is nothing again. They need Brody Lee, and he's dead. Like, they have no leader.
Why don't they just break up? Like, I don't understand.
Because that's what I said. I said, I'm sorry. They need to. It's been a while now, a year. Okay, at this point, they're gonna have to break up unless they get a leader. And then everyone said to me, they said they will never have another leader. And I said, well, then they shouldn't be a team anymore because it doesn't really work. Other than remember Brody Lee. That's the only thing that matters. But with Bray Wyatt coming in, and now apparently he is going to be the leader. If he is going to be the leader, then that's something that's going to rescue the group, tie in all the stuff, and that will be good and worth waiting for.
You want to know what's funny, Joe? You want to know what's funny? I literally did not know this until literally just recently. Like the whole thing with Marty Scurll and on the whole sex scandal, or whatever the fuck he got into. I was a little bit disturbed by that when I first found out about it, but then looking back at it, I'm thinking Bray Wyatt, or you want to call him Wyndham, whatever you want to call him, would probably be a better source just for, various ways and means to, make a story go better, and also better promos, and also better in-ring work.
Yeah, listen, Marty Scurll is a midget who fucks umbrellas, okay? Bray Wyatt, no, I'm kidding. But what's terrible for Marty Scurll, it's not for Marty Scurll, it's terrible for Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor got raped by AEW and by all the Young Bucks and everybody. Everybody just took a shit on Ring of Honor, and all they had,
they let it happen.
They let it happen. They're stupid as fuck. Ring of Honor is the dumbest fucking promotion. But
not just Ring of Honor, but also MLW.
Is that a baseball fucking brand? I don't know what that is.
MLW also had, again, the best heel, as we know right now in AEW, and that's MJF. So, and also a couple other talent that, that came out of there. So, again, it's really bad for the indies, unless, because at this point right now, AEW is not an indie company. It's not. So,
yeah, at this point, it's reaching that, I think, and it's reaching it quicker than I was expecting, and many people were expecting, that almost WCW vibe. It's, in terms of the ratings, not anywhere close, but in terms of the status compared to WWE, I think maybe it's got a year or so before it gets to that full, okay, they're neck and neck now with WWE in the ratings on average. But I think they're doing it in a much faster rate than anybody was expecting, especially the WWE, because it's holy shit, what the fuck? Now they got all these top tier fucking talent. And they're getting Daniel Bryan, who was in our main event. What the fuck? Yeah. The main event of WrestleMania this year had Daniel Bryan in it. And now he, a few months later, he's going to fucking AEW. So that just doesn't look good for them at all.
Yeah, one of the main matches at TakeOver was Cole and O'Reilly. I mean, just all of it. Punk on its own right. So this Grand Slam night is going to be huge next week. I mean, I really think the matches are bigger than All Out. I stand by that.
And
it was weird when they were explaining it. It was confusing.
Yeah, it was confusing.
It was because you don't know what's going on what night. But next Wednesday,
WWE's good at that.
Let's finish let's finish up here. We're at the end. What, did we get through everything, Jake? Maybe we are done. I don't know.
We talked about Darby Allin and Spears, and then after that, we mentioned everything with Bryan, and I mean, we didn't go much into detail with Bryan Danielson and Omega.
Shout out to Jeremiah Schaefer, who just became a patron. Ryan Pearl's $25 producer. Thank you, guys. And okay, Jake, take us into next week, I guess. Let's go over this. Whatever the fuck, Grand Slam, whatever the confusing fuck this is.
Yeah.
Well, Jake, you brought up the Daniel Bryan. I'm sorry.
You
brought up the Daniel Bryan stuff with Kenny Omega. I really, really liked that. That was around the time I started tuning in. Then I watched clips online of the rest of the show. I really liked that because, well, besides a few things, but like that crowd was really high. I found out that they were in New Jersey, which is just strange that that's like the first night I tune in forever, and it's in Jersey. And then I really liked.
I could smell New Jersey. I could smell New Jersey through the TV.
All three men were great tonight too.
Come on.
All three of them were great. Callis calling Bryan a hippie millionaire.
That was a really good line, but I didn't like
son of a bitch. What else did he say? He said he had a few good lines.
Bryan, I really like when Bryan was like, you're supposed to be this great guy, but all I see you do is just hang around a bunch of goons.
Yeah,
and that's how I've always felt about Kenny Omega, even though I know it's like
goofy stooges.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
And I'll just finish up. And I just didn't like when Bryan kept saying piece of shit because I don't know. He seems like a dweeb when he says it, like you fucking piece of shit. Like I don't know. I just don't buy it.
He is weird when he says. I agree with him too, but I like it. But you're right. He's like when my mom swears or something. It's weird.
Anyway, you were saying Mustafa?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, think about it this way. That first match that they haven't had since literally Ring of Honor, Danielson and Omega. Think of it this way. Notice that they're not going to do a DQ finish. They're not going to do a dusty run. Most likely, Bryan's going to be doing the job. I mean, you're not going to take the title off of Kenny right now.
Yeah, and they can't. And by the way, that was a great idea because we didn't think of that. We were like, oh, we don't want him to go for the title now, and then they clarified that. Like, oh yeah, listen, it'll be. I obviously can't.
That was one of the things I had reported on out of nowhere initially was the fact that if they did do this match, that it wouldn't be for the title, and some people were upset about that. But I thought that was good. I actually like the idea of who's the better man here.
Because I think honestly where it's going is that Hangman. I think Hangman is going to really be the guy that's going to be taking the title probably around Double or Nothing of next year.
Yeah,
and the fans went nuts with the piece of shit line here. I mean, he calls him, they called you a piece of shit. No, I'm going to call you a piece of shit. The fans are chanting piece of shit. You're a carny piece of shit. No, you are. Like everybody's a piece of shit in this promo, but it was funny. It was silly.
Shit everywhere tonight.
There was. And then Kenny Omega said for one, Matt, you want that one more time? You want me? You want the god of wrestling? All right. Well, then you want the best bout machine? The answer is yes. The crowd chants yes. Everybody explodes, goes nuts. I mean, Callis is always great on the mic. Don't care for him personally, but he's obviously fire on the mic. Good with the whole manager role. I like that they didn't have all of the elite come out. It made it so much more tolerable and serious to just have it be Don and Kenny talking to Bryan.
Yeah, and you know what I just noticed, or I didn't just notice it, but can someone explain if the belt has had like a redesign? Because it looks so different tonight. And maybe that's just me. But like from when I remember it, when it was on Jericho's shoulder or when it was on, Moxley, it looked a lot bigger and it looked like it had a more like rounder shape. And it was also a lot golder. Like the one that Omega was carrying, and maybe it was just the lighting and the angle that it was shot on, but it looked a lot smaller and it looked more silver. Like, I don't know. It just looked like a different belt.
I think it was just the lighting.
I think it was lighting too, but
it could have been. Yeah, it could have just been lighting because sometimes they do like lighting makes the difference.
It's darker.
Oh my God,
sometimes. Yes, go ahead, Ross. I mean, Gustavo.
No, You know, I was just gonna say the funniest part of the whole night is Kenny trying to act like a gangster, like with his white tee, and he's trying to put it in his mouth, trying to act like a black guy strutting down the ramp. Everybody in my section who was black literally looked at that and it's like, bro, he's trying to steal our swag.
Yeah, well, he's like literally doing everything he can to just be a loser, which is great because he's just he was too cool or whatever before, so it makes sense. He's doing.
Yeah, I never liked when they made him like, oh, he's the cleaner and with the glasses and shit.
Yeah, I didn't
because
get
then
that.
he would come out with his like video game attire, and you're supposed to take him seriously.
Yeah, I don't.
When
I
Kenny
don't,
Omega, sorry.
No, I just meant I agree with you. I never. It's weird, dude. It's like I really do like Kenny Omega, and when he comes out, it feels special and fun to me. I enjoy Kenny Omega, but I never understood some of that other stuff because to me, and he's very goofy. So I think what he's doing now, trying to be this goofy douche, that's more of what he's actually like. So that makes more sense than, like you just said, the cleaner and like, oh, there's a like I never bought him.
And I think a lot of the things that like turn people off from the people who aren't interested in Kenny Omega and like are off-put by him, I think it's like the whole like he is the best bout machine, like, and people like seriously say that. And you're just like, whoa, like, I think he's a good wrestler. I don't think he's the greatest wrestler in the world. And I feel like now that they're playing that up as that he's a snarky asshole because he says that shit, I think it's better than, like, people, like, you're supposed to legitimately think he's the greatest wrestling god of all time. I don't know. That's how I always perceived it. Like, I was always off-put about it because of him getting these, like, 7-star reviews on Dave Meltzer and shit. And like people being so high up on him. Now that he's like he's so delusional that he thinks he's like an actual god of wrestling, I find him more entertaining.
I
that
agree.
Makes any sense.
Yeah,
I'm also stoned as fuck.
his real like delusions a little bit are playing into his character times 10, which is great. So yeah, no, I agree. I like what he's doing. But Don Callis really helps too. I mean, Don Callis.
Yeah, he does.
Thank God Don's out there.
And you know what? I think he's actually doing something probably a little bit more frequent. He's starting to wear that pink suit more just to get more heat. And I think that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, they're doing a good job.
See Miro's hilarious promo?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Did anybody see this Miro's hilarious like backstage promo? It was horribly acted, and he was like, just randomly, he'd be like, yes, next week I will smash you. Just like
that's what I said. Joe would have liked it because it was so crazy,
Yeah.
but I didn't like the concept for the car and everything, so it just threw me off.
Wait,
but it was
Oh my
certainly
God,
a good
guys.
Miro promo for his style.
Jake, you're gonna love Friday when it comes to that match.
I'm
dude,
seeing some stuff now.
That promo that Miro did when Mark Henry and Fuego were on the Titantron. Oh my God, it was hilarious.
Oh, I can't wait. Joe's gonna pop for that one Friday.
I gotta listen. That's the only thing. One of the only things I missed tonight was that promo, so I gotta hear it. I don't remember when it happened.
That and the Christian Cage promo. The promo from
Miro.
Miro was right where is it? I know I had it here.
I'm looking for it.
We're just talking about it. It's towards the end. It's right after
right before the main event.
Yeah, it's right before the Moxley match.
Oh, okay, all right. Let me.
Which I think was so boring that I just stopped watching that entirely. And then when I tuned back in, it was right after they won, and then the whole Suzuki thing was happening. I was like, am I supposed to care about this person? Do I know him? Isn't he the guy that Moxley faced earlier? Like
Okay.
I had no fucking clue who that person was and why he was supposed to be such a big deal.
Many people did not know who he was.
I just found the whole thing awkward when he wasn't coming out for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was weird too. And what happened is last week they built him up like this 3 weeks ago. They had a match last week that was 7 minutes long because they ran out of time. So tonight what they were doing was reinvigorating the fight, and they were saying that he got screwed last week. But instead of saying he got screwed because they had 7 minutes left in the show and they rushed his match, they said he got screwed in that he didn't get an entrance. So it's literally them calling out themselves.
They did that tonight though to FTR and Who'd they face? I can't even remember. That's how bad my memory is. Matt Sydal and Dante Martin. Yeah, they were already in the ring by the time we got to the match. So,
hey, is Moxley still the United States champion?
no, Lance Archer lost it in like 2 weeks as well. I forget who it is now.
They have this guy have this legendary reign. He breaks it only to lose it 2 weeks later. That's why I don't get into New Japan.
Isn't it Tanahashi?
I don't like New Japan either. Listen to this. Here it is.
Yeah, Tanahashi has it now.
Fucking 2 week reigns all the time.
And after I have forgiven them, they've all been smart enough not to stick around. So why are you calling me out? They say don't put your hand on a stove that already burned you. But you are putting your throat on a blade that have already spared you. And now you want to challenge God's favorite champion for your car? I am gonna bash your brain, and then I'm gonna bash your car, and your family will always be grateful for me. And this is the word of the Redeemer.
I thought it was a lot more funnier because it was so terrible when I first seen it. I think it's not
it
a
is
good
ridiculous.
promo.
It's just the car stuff threw me off.
I like that it's short. I like that it's short though, because that's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's not bad.
I think what was
It's not
funnier was what was funnier was the testosterone commercial that played. I was dying at this because it was so horrible because it felt like something from like the mid '90s. It was like so out of place. If anybody saw that testosterone commercial, it was hilarious. They were on like golf course and shit. Anyway, I think Adam Cole's gonna probably turn on the Elite.
At some point, not yet.
Yeah, it'll be a while, but
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like in a month or so. Because
I don't think it'll be that soon. I think it'll be once we see Kenny lose a title, they'll start to implode.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
want to know what? I'm sorry, brother. No. I was just gonna say that, like, what's so interesting. If you guys saw the last BTE where kind of like the Bucks and Kenny were kind of explaining, what happened, whether it be before or after he had passed away or whatever the hell in storyline on BTE, it's funny how they planted seeds because now they can build on that leading towards that friction. And to me, that's the part of BTE that I actually miss. Because unfortunately, it's just all about, hey, guys, look at these sites. Yeah, we're going to do a few matches. We're just going to break kayfabe while we're on the air. And honestly, it gets pretty old pretty quick. So this is actually refreshing to kind of go back to that original kind of like tab bit and what made BTE pretty much great in the beginning.
Well, I think Cole should just turn, if he's ever going to turn, I think he should turn on the Young Bucks, and it should be quickly. Because I think Adam Cole, to me, is one of those stars that I'm sick of seeing him in a faction. Like, it was great when he was in the Undisputed Era, because that's when I first saw him. And, the Undisputed Era is one of my favorite factions of, like, the past decade. But it was also, I know he's been in the Bullet Club and shit like that, but I'm just kind of tired of him being in a faction, and he didn't get the real heel run that he was trying to have in NXT. That was a fucking mess with that just boring feud he had with O'Reilly. So, like, I just kind of want to see him by himself, and I think a great way with doing that is to make everybody think he's on board with the Elite, and it's going to be, like, a huge storyline. And then just next week, he kicks them, the fucking Young Bucks in the face and just destroys them, and then gets on the mic and be like, you think I forgot about that shit? And it's just like, yeah, he moves on. It's like, obviously, I'm not going to just become tag team partners with the guys who betrayed me and beat the shit out of me because I was leaving to go to NXT. Like, I don't know. That would be a more interesting to me than, like, this long, drawn-out storyline to something that I already know is going to happen eventually.
Man,
all right, guys, the battery's about to die, so I got to log off. I'll definitely hopefully see you guys during the week.
All right, Mustafa, thank you, sir. Thank you, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Sean's Puke, thank you. Sorry to all my fans. I got a van. I put a man, put a stand, put a kid in a pan. Thank you for the $3 very much. Appreciate that. Cheers. Shout out to Mustafa, man, for being a badass and broadcasting live from the arena to give us updates, tell us some bonus info. That was pretty cool, man. Great to hear from him tonight. That was sick.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you the matches. I don't know if you want to say predictions for Out of Nowhere tomorrow night. That was my plan, but we can go through them and go through predictions either or. You let me know. But
if it was WWE, Cole would have lost to Lee Johnson. Miro wins car, loans to Jeff Hardy. After a rave, runs over Elias. In panic, Jeff sells car to Jimmy Uso. He kills Katie Vick's daughter in rainy accident. Total.
It's actually a pretty damn great idea.
Thank you.
Connect all the storylines, get a few more DUIs for the guys.
Appreciate it, yeah.
It's almost as funny as Jim Brewer canceling his shows in any venue that isn't vaccinated. That's another great topic. So much to talk about.
Oh, yeah, that was great. Yeah, I like Jim Brewer. He's going fire. He's like, fuck you.
he's going hard on everybody, I guess.
Fuck everybody. Well,
Did he also say he wasn't going to do anything where they required masks?
You donated $50.
Oh,
I'm gonna take my dick out because you donated $50. You donated $50, motherfucker boy. I'm a rich motherfucker.
D. Welsh back on top.
Sorry, Soundwave. Can't you have the title? Joe, your fat ass can't fit your chair anymore. Let's start a donation train for a new chair.
Oh, actually, this is a really wide chair. I have a really wide chair. I just thought I was looking at it earlier, and I was like, man, this thing's fucked up. Damn, D. Welsh, thank you for the $50 bomb, man.
Holy hell.
I will not, don't do that, because I won't buy a chair, because there's more important things to buy and do. My chair's fine. It's just funny
D.
as
Welsh
fuck.
just wants the title. That's what he wanted.
That's true. D. Welsh just wiped out Soundwave. Thank you, D. Welsh.
Damn straight.
Top dog.
I'm telling you, between I don't know what's hotter, that donation or the upcoming card next week for Grand Slam. Like I said, we have Brian Pillman Jr. and MJF, Malachi Black and Cody Rhodes, Sting and Darby Allin versus FTR with Tully, of course. Britt's taking on Ruby Soho for the women's title. Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson in a singles match for the best in the world title, I guess. And then Suzuki Gun are taking on Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Plus, we'll have a promo from CM Punk. It says we're going to have some form of a sit-down and for 4-hour action. But it's going to be a CM Punk interview talking about his match with Hobbs. And then on Friday, we're going to have CM Punk versus Powerhouse Hobbs. So that's number 2 of the 5 matches he wanted. Because then from here, we'll get him and Ricky Starks.
CM Punk has his own list like Cody.
Oh, CM Punk's in Hobbs and Shaw too? I didn't know that.
Punk wanted, obviously, Darby, Hobbs, Starks, Jungle Boy, and there was, Ray Phoenix. So
you know what I think he should do? He should beat everybody until he gets the what he should have done was beat everybody until he got to Darby, and then had somebody beat him where he puts them over like big time.
Yeah,
like maybe he'll do that with Jungle Boy.
He should beat everybody, but then has a shoot fight where he just gets the shit kicked out of him.
No.
Well,
the one thing that you can't do, I know what you can't do. I challenge you to a UFC fight. Like that.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be fun.
Jesse James on Twitter said it before. Ryback was thinking about CM Punk. He said he's crying at that table spot. Yeah, as soon as I saw him go through the announce table, that's all I could think of was Ryback. Oh, instantly.
Yeah.
So that Friday night, we have the CM Punk Hobbs match. Then we have the Inner Circle. So Jericho and Hager taking on Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page with Lambert, obviously. None of the MMA trained fighters. And then we have the Super Click, baby. Adam Cole and the Young Bucks taking on Christian, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus. Marco Stunt Cunt should not be involved. So
he's not involved, Marco Stunt?
I don't believe so, thankfully.
He'll come from the outside with chicken wings.
Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised with just a turn here from Adam Cole. I mean, like I said, it's very possible they don't do that, but like
I can't get over Grim.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I can't get over Grim taking his shot at Malachi Black. Like,
I know,
dude.
Freaking crazy.
That, but I can't wait to see
Grim's a nutcase.
Apparently,
bro.
Malachi fell into his girlfriend's lap, and he was trying to protect her. He said.
Well,
shut up.
Well, that makes sense then.
Grim is such a fucking mark.
Where does her lap begin? That's what I want to know.
I thought that was like the stanchion. You know, she was
God.
one of the
Look
stands.
at Grim's pathetic punch that didn't even land. Why was he not kicked out?
I'm just dying, bro.
Because he didn't actually hit. It was a work thing. Just the other camera.
Yeah, it was just the work.
Yeah,
he worked it.
If he actually punched him in the back, I think maybe they would have chucked him. But because he literally did a work thing, trying to be funny.
That makes Grim look like I think that makes Grim look like such a loser, but I think maybe that's the point.
He collects toys.
As he tried to hit him, Cody pulled him away. So you could say I tried to hit him, but Cody pulled him away. But I was trying to help Cody. You could say that. You could frame it that way.
Yeah.
No,
But
because he just
you should be afraid of
I'm getting it on the
Malachi.
action. He looks like
Hey
I'm
Joe,
getting it in the action
I have
too.
to
I'm
tell
on
you
TV
something.
now.
I am creating the Logan Paul game. The way to beat the game is to avoid Logan Paul from going near a forest. I will create the Shane Dawson game too. The way to beat it is to not come on that pussy.
Oh my God, that's a great idea, Pacharo.
That's an awesome
Is this a fucking donation from like 4 years ago?
Oh my
They just
God,
woke up in a
Rojas.
coma. They said, "What's COVID?"
Yeah, like fucking. I have no idea. Like, oh yeah, we're going to the suicide forest. Like, who the fuck has talked about the suicide forest in forever? Like, I don't. Logan Paul is nothing compared to his brother. His brother is a douchebag, and he fights people who aren't boxers, and then acts like he's like a true boxing champion.
Yeah,
Right.
But
Shout out to, by the way, speaking of Jersey, shout out to Jersey City boys. He's been pissed all night that we've been talking shit about his, city or garbage hole. I don't know. But by the way, I just sent Grim attacking them to Leah, and she wrote loser.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's
See,
what
that's
she said
Leah.
back to me.
she has no sympathy.
She loves you though, Jake. That's the funny thing. I remember thinking
I'm
that.
glad she does, because I do love Leah.
I remember back then when she was a little rough, because I was trying to take Jake's side on that thing. I was telling her, I'm like, hey, listen, he was trying to stick up for you. You can what the fuck you gonna do? But
I really wasn't though. It wasn't about talking about her. I was just saying it wasn't to defend Leah at all. It was just saying that that's a shitty thing for a friend to do.
Well,
and she took that as me standing up for her. And I'm like, no. The point is, as a friend, anybody, you shouldn't write about somebody's wife. I just
she
think
also
that's a fucked up thing.
she also told all of us that she was upset. Then she kind of did a whole like, oh, whatever, it's okay. But it's like that's not what you said before. So
it was a 180, but that's fine. They were able to work it out. Good.
Everybody worked it out. That's why you don't need to get mad about it again now, Jake. Jesus, it's over. Like, what do you don't get hot about it
Trying
again?
to say is
I'm just
Leah
stating
is a
facts.
massive hypocrite.
Well, everybody is. I mean, this is so old. There's been 7 different fights after this. Like since
That's
then.
right. Maybe 30.
That's why I just enjoy.
But that is hilarious with you bringing the freaking text to speech up.
That's what was killing me was how much of a prick I was being. I'm like, let me have my friends fight so I can make money. Like this is great. Like it was just, and I'm just in the background saying horrific shit. Like I'm telling you, that's what's funny about it.
Someone has to make a Joe Cronin wiki that just details every single.
Oh my God! Wait a minute, Rojas! Gookie NC 2010. Gookie NC.
Gookie NC is here.
What the fuck is happening?
Jake Gookie is here.
Gookie NC is here.
No Gookie.
Gookie.
How not me? You're not you. I'm fucking crazy. Split personality. Scott McKinnon.
Oh my.
Fuck Grim. He wasn't handed a diploma for free like me. I dare him to take a shot at me. I'll hit him with my fake belt. It's fake like me.
Oh.
Now put me on top, Joe. Fuck you, Welsh.
Wow.
Unsubscribe. Left support. Stay negative.
Damn.
Wow. Stay
Gookie.
negative. Gookie NC 2010.
Dropping it hard. My goodness. Yeah. I mean, so far, Gookie admits he was handed a diploma and he has his fake belt, but it's better than Grim's belt.
Wow.
And now he's got the JCS top donor title as well.
With the
Holy hell.
alien donation.
What do you think Gookie's going to do with all of that? Like, I mean,
with
You
the
think he could donate $100? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know what
Maybe
Cookie's
he could
doing.
try.
I don't know what Cookie's doing, but I mean, speaking of corrupted 49, where that alien fuck called in and we flipped out. I mean,
Is that the one where you kind of climbing through the window?
yes.
Yeah.
I bashed the wall, flipped out.
That's always a good one to
You know
relive
what
too.
That episode really just annoys me because Joe has such a big temper tantrum.
Yeah.
That it's like to the point where I'm like, you're so gay.
It's like
It was so
why are you
deserved though.
it's
Because there's a
uncomfortable.
point where you just can't take it.
It's uncomfortable.
No, there's a point.
It's uncomfortable
There's
to
a
listen
point
to.
where there's a point where I'm just like, okay, Joe, you've broken enough. Okay, that one's on you.
Right.
Don't get all upset about your mixer and blame it on your shitty life when you're the one who just destroyed your own mixer.
It's even worse. I broke my PlayStation.
Yeah, that was the infamous PlayStation.
A
hard
fucking
drive.
listener bought me that PlayStation, and then I smashed it by accident, but I smashed it, and I did fix it eventually.
Look what you made me do.
Look what you made me do. No,
The narcissism
listen.
again.
The narcissism again. That's what it is. No, that's the narciss. No, I will admit it. That's definitely like, look what you made me do. Well, I actually was more like, I knew what I was doing. I knew I wanted to have a meltdown. I actually enjoyed it.
Exactly, narcissism.
But I was
You
more
were like, this is making me feel good.
right. But I was more cringed out that Leah was actually sticking up for me. I actually thought Leah should have been mad at me. Like, and she should have been like, "What are you doing, you idiot?" Like, but instead she was like getting mad at Scott, like, "You made him flip out," and I was like, that is so not like her to take my side on that moment. Like
I was glad she did though, because it was just so much and so often. It was every time you guys removed him, he somehow found a way to get back in.
Well,
so it wasn't like you didn't kick him out. And
we found out
just,
later that we just hadn't learned yet that when you add a call, that's it. Now they can always come back in. The only way to fix that is to restart the call.
Start a whole new call.
We did not know that about Skype at the time. That was a new thing on Skype, and we didn't know that. And so,
because it used to not be that way. But
yes, exactly. And
There should be a little button. There should be a little like switch button that like locks that ability. But that would be like
the funny thing
that would
was
take
I
5
blocked
minutes.
him. I blocked him so he couldn't come back into the call, but then he did because he still could. We just didn't know yet. We figured.
Well,
this out
because I
months
think
later.
everybody has to block someone in that instance. Because if your friends are connected to anybody, then you can just join off of a friend's name.
You're right.
That was the crap part that we didn't know about then either, because people would be able to get into certain calls too.
Did we do this fucking Grand Championship thing, Slam?
We have
yet?
not yet,
All right,
but I
let's
did
do
go
it.
through
I
the
wanted
card.
to talk about this. I wanted to talk about this, and I don't mean to keep comparing WWE, but
It's
is
natural. I mean, it's just
evident
another
that
wrestling company.
WWE. It is evident that WWE has more experience in getting out exposition like this, like explaining when the events are happening. I think WWE has a lot of problems, but doing that, they've always been able to explain it in a clear-cut way of what's happening.
Uh-huh.
Of course, they'll just, especially around WrestleMania, where like half the fucking shows near the end of WrestleMania season are
Yeah.
just them announcing the fucking card. But
Yeah, nothing goes on except for prep for Mania. Yeah, I get that,
Yeah.
and they do,
Like, and we're having
really
this
hammer
match,
home what's
this
going
match.
on.
I had no idea what was happening. Of what, like, they were advertising the next week's Rampage, but I thought they were advertising this week's Rampage, and then they were advertising 2 nights of AEW, but I don't remember which night the main the Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan match is happening. I
Yeah.
just don't think it was conveyed very well. But when you have that much wrestling and you're trying to fit it in all in like, because remember they only fit it in like a 2-minute section of the show with the entire announcement. Like I said, WWE
It's
spent hours on that shit.
donation time, motherfucker
Oh,
boy.
Oh shit! Oh my God, D Wells! D Wells!
Holy fuck!
Oh!
Ah, fuck off, Cookie, North Carolina. You're not on my level. Welsh reigns supreme around here.
Wow! Holy shit! D Welsh, what the fuck, man? Thank you, man. Holy fuck, bro.
Hot damn. He got called out directly, and he went after Gookie in North Carolina quickly.
Thank you to Gookie, too, for pushing him to it. D. Welsh, thank you for $100, man. He wants that JCS Digital Championship tonight. It's back.
No one's taking that title away. And yeah, Sith, next week, I agree, Sith Negan. I think that, this Grand Slam show certainly has the ability to hit a 1.5 rating, because just alone of Kenny Omega taking on Bryan Danielson, it's Bryan's first match. How could he lose? But then, how could Kenny lose? Now, we've seen Kenny lose in a tag match. We've seen Kenny lose to Christian for the Impact title. But in AEW, he's singles is undefeated. Okay, what happens here? Well, it's not for the title. I think Bryan wins. Easy enough. I think they're going to build it up and show that Omega has a weakness, and his name is Bryan Danielson.
And it also brings intrigue to the next time they meet. If Kenny just beats Bryan Danielson, then it's kind of like
nothing else to it.
Yeah, there's nothing else to be done. The only thing that could happen is fuckery. I mean, that's the only thing you'd be worried about.
There could be, but I don't know if they want to go that way with him being directly challenged and everyone's stooges. And there might be a beatdown afterwards. But the next pay-per-view is Full Gear, November 6th, and that's in St. Louis, Missouri. So,
what other way do they really have? I mean, you can't, like you said, you can't have Bryan lose, because if he loses, it's like, I mean,
it's his first match.
Also, and it's carrying on that losing streak that he had in WWE. I mean, for a while, all Bryan did was fucking put over people on SmackDown, and then he lost to Roman twice or like 3 times in a row. So now for him to like go to AEW, his first match against one of the biggest wrestlers in the world right now, and he loses again, it's just not going to look good. But it's not going to look good for Omega either way. So at this point, they really have no choice but fuckery.
Did you say butt fuckery?
Butt fuckery. They have no choice.
Yeah, I know. I heard it when
But
I said it. But anal.
We're losing.
That was probably one of my favorite old Norm sketches, too. The gay marriage counselor thing.
Why did you have to bring him up? So
No, because I've been reliving it all
You're
day.
going to make us
and
die,
it's just-
Jake?
No, he's going to be remembered and revered. He's going to be, because people are now
Dude, it's
seeing
like
clips of him
unreal.
that they haven't seen before. I used to remember my best friend growing up used to stay over every Saturday just so we could watch Weekend Update, because I love Norm.
Norm was the best update.
Dirty
'cause he
Work
psycho.
was one of our favorites. We used to watch that all the time.
I like Screwed better than Dirty Work, though. I got to tell you.
It is a bit of a better movie, but I like Dirty Work just for the nostalgia of it, because of like me and my friends.
Yeah, I like Dirty Work. I just think I love Screwed, man. I don't know what it is. Him and Dave Chappelle were great.
I loved everything he just, like the random shit he would say. Oh, dude, he was so fucking funny that one time when he did the Bob Saget roast, and he was just reading off of like an old joke book or whatever. like he's like, you know what they say about Bob Saget? He's a cauliflower. He's like just like some random like nice guy shit.
I still remember the one bit that always made me and like my friends have to tune in. It was because we were talking about the OJ verdict in class and the whole trial and case. So when we used to see stuff on Weekend Update, it was hilarious. And him saying like OJ was like, "There's my glove. That's it." Like all like that still stands out to me, and how much trouble he got in for that. So
you know,
do you think OJ had
went
a
after
smile
OJ.
on his face? Do you think OJ had a smile on his face when he read the news about Norm? He's like, "You dead white motherfucker!"
No, I honestly think OJ didn't even know about it. But I think that the guy that was friends with OJ, obviously, that's why he got fired, because he just kept shitting on OJ, and he's like, "That's my friend, stop it." And he's like, "Oh no," like
No.
It was. I think one time I heard him on I don't know if he was on doing stand up or something. He goes, "I quit smoking recently," or whatever. And he's like, "You did?" He's like, "Wow, why'd you do that?" Well, I was like, "Yeah, I was sitting there having a cigarette, and I was just bored, there's nothing to read or anything. I was reading the cigarette pack, and I flipped it over, and it said, they're bad for you." It was just like, dude, nobody was really laughing. He's like, "Yeah, it says on the pack that it could give you cancer, and it could kill you. They're bad for you." I didn't I read. They told me
well, that was his favorite method of comedy, where the punchline was also the setup.
Yeah.
That's why like the gay marriage counselor works so well, because all Norm has to say the entire time is, "What's your issue?" And he's like, "Well, every night I go to bed and he fucks me in the ass as soon as I go to sleep, and I can't stay awake all night. But his dry delivery, and he's like, the therapist is like, what can I? It's Rob Schneider. He's like, what can I help you to get through? Let me give you some pads, and you can write down what you want. And he's like, I don't want to be fucked in the ass when I'm sleeping, and it's just. But that's the whole. He likes when that the punchline is also the setup. So the gay counselor is also what builds it.
Did you see when he did the YouTube award show? Like he was the preview for the YouTube award show or whatever, and he was with these two like woke comedians next to him, and one was like an Asian or Indian guy, and Norm kept calling him like an acid tongue Arab.
No, I'll have to look that up though. That's great. I have not seen that.
And then he's talking to these two women, and it's like, oh yeah, people say so many terrible things to us online, a lot of trolls, and he's like, oh, you're talking about Barfy Man 218? And they're like, who's that? It's like, well, I shouldn't even get into it, but since I have the chance, he's like, listen, Barfy Man 208, no, you cannot rape my mother with a knife. Everybody just gets like really quiet around him, like, oh.
So good, that uncomfortable cringe humor. Oh, but yeah, Sith Negan and Moki Z both brought it up, Joe. They said time limit draw. I'll steer us back to AEW. What do you think? Do you think that's the case?
Yeah,
for that match with Bryan and Omega? I think they're going to have a definitive winner, but I'm probably crazy for saying that.
Here's why I don't think time limit draw, although I thought their idea is phenomenal, because you want this to be a really good match that it's like, we need more. But if you do it,
if it was for the title, I think time limit draw, but because it's not, it still protects Kenny.
Well, my problem with the time limit draw is that's gonna make people want another match right away, and I don't think they want to do that. So
I think people want this match so bad that they're gonna give it to them right away, so they don't have to hear people say we want this match forever and a day.
It just feels like the thing to do, though, too. So like, I understand why they're doing this, but I like that Bryan Danielson is saying, listen, you don't have to put the title on the line, obviously, because obviously I haven't won a match yet in AEW, done nothing. Like, I can't even be in a title match. I understand that, but I want your ass. Like, that's what I want. So I like that. I like that that's the route there. That little statement tonight where he said, someday it's going to be about the belt, probably. But right now, this is, I like that.
Yeah, because Christian obviously never would have beat him if it was just for the AEW title, but he won because it's for the Impact title. That's secondary. Or tertiary.
By the way,
look at it.
Thanks to everybody retweeting my Dan Lambert song, Jericho's Lambert song tonight. You guys have been retweeting that and doing crazy stuff on Twitter. I encourage everybody to keep it up on Twitter. It's a lot of fun. Let's let everybody hear it. It's just a stupid thing, but it's just funny. I don't know. Man, Grimm's Toy Shows, him and his girl, man, that car is going to tires are going to pop. So what else? All right, so we hit the Grand Slam matches, right?
Yeah, but I wanted to touch on something with Moxley with the whole main event. Something that I've noticed every time I tune in, it seems like after Moxley lost the belt, since I've started to tune in frequently or whatever, he's always like doing something that I don't give a shit about. I'm like, why isn't he like going after the TNT title, or why isn't he facing Cody Rhodes, or why isn't he trying to go after the AEW title? Like, I have no fucking care in the world for anything that he's been doing like this entire fucking year.
The last bit of relevancy he had was teaming with Eddie to go against the Young Bucks for the title, the tag titles. And that was in June, I think.
Yeah, and even then it's like that was hardly like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like the last bit of relevancy he's had is since the exploding ring thing, and then since that happened, like, I think all of his momentum is just kind of like completely dropped, and now he just feels like guy who's wrestling on the card, and he has no real place. Like, I don't know. He should be in a top tier feud right now, and he shouldn't just be like having these shitty fucking matches that nobody cares about. Then again, maybe I've got the wrong perception, because remember, I don't watch every week. So, but from what I've saw, like, I don't like what they're doing with Moxley.
Well, that's kind of the point I had before as well, because all of these big Japan deathmatch people coming in, and I don't think most of the audience gives a damn about Minoru Suzuki. I know he's a legend. I'm not saying he's not, but
yeah,
I'm barely familiar with a lot of his work, and I'm more into it than even you are watching casually. So I would like to see him have another decent feud, or Maybe they should have gotten the tag titles then. But he was leaving because his child was about to be born, so that was kind of a way out for them too. And then he came back 2 weeks later. He didn't take much time off. I guess he didn't want to hear the baby cry, but okay.
Your theme song. That's what Moxley should get.
I hate the wild thing. Thank you. I need someone to agree. It doesn't fit him at all.
He should get fucking like Pantera shedding skin. As
if he's going to come to the crowd and come out with Walk, that would be awesome. Everybody.
Well, that's he can't take RVD's fucking thing, but
shedding skin is a fucking awesome song. He should get that to be his song.
Yeah,
or something badass fucking.
I'm not counting ECW's stolen themes, licensed only.
Well, you're right about that, but it's got to be. I wonder who owns the rights. I mean, it's.
What if he comes back with his old Dean Ambrose music? The
No, yeah,
no, they do a rip off. They do like a rip off of it, like it's almost the same thing.
Just a little bit of a deeper pitch.
You just see his pissed off face as they make him do the Dean Ambrose gimmick.
His original theme was great. I loved his original music that he came out with in AEW. It was good.
That sounds like Godsmack, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a blast to the moon, baby.
Come on, Dean. Let's fight. Come on, Dean. Let's go after my money on the
How
big
about
contract.
there you go? What if he comes out to Godsmack? What if he could just come out to Godsmack? I mean, listen, I'm not the biggest Godsmack. I'd rather Pantera myself,
I like
obviously.
Godsmack as well. Yeah, it still shocked me that they couldn't get the final countdown. That it wasn't financially viable.
That does not shock me because it's so commercial, man. That there's so much to be had on that it's like.
But do you realize how expensive that must have been?
Yeah, it was. They said $500,000.
$500,000, but even then, I still think it was probably more than that. I could picture them paying that $500,000. I
don't
swear
know,
they
man.
would do it.
That's. I mean, I'm sure
that's steep for an entrance, but
like,
everybody
dude,
wanted it so badly, and then they could have made money back off the merch of his.
That's why, like I said, with fucking Rancid, dude, the Rancid guy's like, "Oh, Ruby, you want the song? It's yours."
Yeah, the guitarist
here
directly
you go.
went to her.
No, he's a billionaire, you idiot from Rancid. Ask for something. Like Tony Khan probably would have given him $30,000
because he told her to call herself Soho. He said, "Here,
call
name
yourself
yourself
Ruby Soho."
She was just going by Ruby at that point. When
she
left
fucked him
WWE.
for it. That's it. She fucked him for it. That's got to be.
Maybe.
I'm sorry to be
something
sick.
to it, but
I'm being sick. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry, Ruby. Sorry, Rancid guy.
She said, "Here, I don't know what my name's gonna be." He's like, "You should be Ruby Soho, and we'll give you the song."
I just can't believe that they didn't. This Tony Khan's a billionaire. Be like, listen, I will. I don't know how everybody would feel about it, but I'll give.
Maybe they get downloads from it and air listens.
Yeah,
now people know.
Tell
that's
Ruby,
a theme.
hey, now they are benefiting in that way. That they get to.
And maybe they'll get to play her to the ring at a big show.
But but please, I gotta believe Tony Khan went. Listen, we're gonna give them something. Here's $30,000, like something. Like I gotta believe.
Yeah, they don't want to sell out. That's right, Coop.
Is Rancid
all these years
rich?
they're still living by the punk life.
You think Rancid? Well, I agree that that's the punk thing, and that they're genuine, and that they won't ask for money. That's the whole. That's why I said this last time. That's the whole thing. He's a good guy. I'd be a scumbag and be like, nah, man, I want like $30,000 at least. But like, who's the guy who gave it to her? The singer of Rancid. She knows?
The guitar player, I thought.
So how the fuck? I mean, did he write the song? I mean, who's got
He probably had the rights to it.
And you know what?
Someone tell me his name in the chat. I want to look up how much money he's worth.
And you know what? Speaking of themes, Adam Cole's theme, I think that might have been his original theme song from the Indies.
No.
It's like so hard. Oh, okay. I don't
think it is. No, they did that. That's a new theme, believe it or not. Yeah. I think it's
But
better.
you know what?
It's almost as good as his Undisputed one, almost.
No, the Undisputed theme was so fucking perfect, and it really sucks that that all in a year. That it's really funny how you can just date back NXT's slow descent into failure since Adam Cole lost the belt. Like ever since then, it has just been a slow decline. And then when the Undisputed Era broke up and they got rid of that fucking epic theme song. That was just so perfect for Adam Cole. It's just been nothing but a downward spiral.
Dude, it's entropy. It's literally it's like we're watching entropy, all systems breaking down for no reason, Rojas. Just like fucking dude, just like Xbox 360 was phenomenal. Oh, what's next? Xbox One. What? One?
Oh.
What the fuck does that? Why are they calling it one? Like it's every.
Now it's Xbox Series X.
No, it's Xbox Series XSXEX. Fuck. Like it's like, dude, it's almost as if companies purposely try to fail. That's what it reminds me of, is purposefully failing. There is no reason you can't purchase that Undisputed song or keep it. What the fuck was that remake?
So stupid.
You know why? They didn't care about him. That's what it was.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, no. It's just like, and this is something I wanted to talk about forever. Like NXT, like its entire fucking image has been completely stripped away, and they've been struggling since the beginning of the fucking pandemic. Like as soon as they had to the quarantine, NXT has not been the same. But it really was evident since Adam Cole lost that belt, because he was the star, he was the face of the brand, and then they were priming Keith Lee to be the fucking star of that show for months. They were priming this guy. They had him go toe to toe with Roman Reigns and almost beat him. They were trying to set this guy to be the face of NXT. And then he wins the belt and loses it in his first defense. That was just like the destruction of the NXT championship right there. And then fucking Adam Cole has that fucking like miserable feud with Kyle O'Reilly that just felt like it went nowhere. And all their matches
basically
were
went
just
nowhere.
all their
In the
matches
end.
were so lackluster. Like they had the biggest faction of NXT and one of the biggest factions of the past, like at least 6 years or so, break up, and the breakup angle, like none of the members of the Undisputed Era were like, two of them were not even present for the entire feud.
Yeah, and
Like,
then
Bobby
one got
Fish
fired anyways. So and
Yeah.
then the other one left. So I'm still shocked they were never ripping people apart on the main roster. When they came up during that NXT invasion and the crowd was white hot for them, and you saw him defend his title against a bunch of people like Bryan, like Seth, and they had those great matches. Those are the things that I'm still shocked we didn't get Undisputed Era as a whole.
I'm
on
just
the main
still so
roster.
shocked. I'm just still so shocked of where NXT went, and it's just depressing. Like, because I was so on board with it.
Let me jump into let's jump into that real quick. This is the viral meme. CM Punk got to meet the guy. See that?
Yeah,
that's pretty funny. That I love.
Joe, Tim Armstrong and Lars Fredrickson are worth $13 million. So
$13 million. Okay, so they don't need the money. So there you go.
So I think it was just they said they wanted to reignite her passion for wrestling, and the music helped. And
listen, if that's the case, if they have millions of dollars, I like that. I like that they're like, have the song, it's yours. Like, take that, have fun. That's
I think
not,
they benefit because it's been getting hits on YouTube and people have been buying singles.
I was under the impression that like all musicians nowadays, things are not good. Even Rancid, a huge mega band like that, like we're struggling, and they're living in an apartment somewhere with, they may have to sell a couple old guitars soon or something like that. I know a lot of artists like that, so I was picturing them in that situation, like, oh my God, ask for $30,000. But if they're millionaires, then I 100% agree with them. I would have given the song away too, because this will just promote us more and bring us people have maybe forgotten a little bit about Rancid,
especially with the goodwill story behind it. Of
yes.
Here, take the song. This is your new namesake, and
they're friends. They're friends too. I mean, that's the thing I'm leaving.
Well, yeah,
out.
that helps. And Jennifer Muppet Baby and Moki Z both make a great point in saying that. I mean, look at everything. She feels sorry for Kyle, and Moki says, think about it. Adam Cole stayed 3 months longer than necessary. He did a short contract extension, just a handshake agreement, but to stay there until the last pay-per-view, the takeover here, all just to help them out and put Kyle over, and Kyle still didn't get put over, and he didn't even get to fight in the title match the other night. They took him out of it.
Yeah, they don't. Vince, I could tell right away that Vince doesn't.
They replaced him with LA Knight, who already lost once in the night and then got pinned again in that match.
Didn't they replace him with the?
They replaced him with Wagner. Excuse me. But LA Knight was. I'm saying instead of replacing LA Knight, that's the thought I was trying to make. Instead of replacing LA Knight, who already fought earlier in the night, they take out Kyle, and I was like, LA Knight already lost once, and then he was pinned in that match too. So yeah, Wagner, and then Rick Steiner's son, Rex Steiner, is now Baron Breaker or what? That's got Vince written all over it. So stupid.
You
Another
will.
Viking
Someone-
experience.
Why isn't he a Steiner? It's a legendary fucking name. I don't understand.
TJ21
Looks like,
said this
wrestles
in the
like,
chat.
all of it.
Let me ask you something.
TJ21
Go ahead, Ross.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
sorry.
Go ahead, Ross. What?
TJ21 said this in the chat. He said DIY stayed in NXT for so many years to get away from Bruce and Vince, but they hunted them down.
Yeah. Dead by Daylight or whatever. Hey, let me ask you this, Jake. Did you see the wedding segment?
That's the only thing I've got yet to finish.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
That
You know
fucking
what was
killed me,
the
dude.
funniest? The funniest was when like she's like, he's actually my cuddle bear, and then it cuts to him with this like stone cold like serial killer stare that he's giving her.
I saw a couple of screens and one clip, but he had like the hatchet under his suit. And
Jake, there's so much comedy in this. Like it's almost, it's like
I can't wait to see it.
Like
so we'll
they
see.
did this live. They did it live. That's what blows my mind. They were live. They had all these moments. It was like, and listen, it was
That's impressive.
It was theater-like, which by the way, wrestling is too much now, theater-ish.
Well, that's what Vince wants main roster to be, and that's what he wants to turn NXT into. More melodramatic,
but
look at how many
real.
big guys, look how many muscle-bound big men he had on that show, or women. So long as you were big, you got pushed last night. And everybody that's been in NXT basically got shit on, except for Ciampa. Because
because Vince likes
Vince
likes Ciampa. When Ciampa came up to the main roster, then he got hurt.
Vince
Remember,
wanted
Vince liked him.
Yeah,
Vince liked Ciampa, and he liked
Ciampa didn't want to travel, so that was the issue with that.
Do you think now that Richard and Vince took over, seemingly, do you think that NXT will now become more important in their Survivor Series again?
No,
or do you
they said they won't go back to
not
using
for this
NXT,
year.
and I believe it.
Because I wouldn't be surprised because,
dude, you remember when Austin Theory goes, you got the ring, you got the ring. Yeah, we're in a ring. No, you got the ring.
No,
yeah,
the look of disgust. The look of disgust on William Regal's face, and just like the befuddlement of Io Shirai's face of why am I even here?
What are they saying, these white people? And then he's like, "Hey, Regal, come out!" And then the fucking zombie ref behind Regal for no reason that I didn't even notice for like.
They brought back the zombie ref for this. Now
they did. It was like
a good choice.
It was like Chappelle's show where that guy from the fucking dancing scene, the Tupac thing or whatever, he shows up randomly for no reason. Yeah, like they'll be doing a skit. They'll be doing a skit outside a laundromat that has nothing to do with it, and that guy will just be doing this like in the background somewhere. Like, dude,
it's just so perfect. Him right next to Regal, like, and Regal's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh my god, bro! I'm sorry, but that was. I would say the first hour of NXT was not good, but then like the last hour,
the women's 6-women tag it turned into, I was actually quite impressed.
It was
with.
good, yeah. The match was good.
I was.
But that moment of turning into a tag was like, we're on Raw again. But the match was good.
That's another Vinceism, and I was like, oh, here we go, another main roster moment, and then that turned into obviously the reveal of Mandy Rose's new hair. But she looked so much better than she's ever been wrestling.
And what's
she
their
was
group
really
called? Like,
good.
Isn't their group called like Toxic Love or something? Like a really badass name. It's like
great theme. The Manson cover theme, like mix whatever, is so good with them. Dude, I thought I don't know, but that was so beautiful people though, Jake. That's all I can think of was like the beautiful
Mandy
people.
Rose.
I like them.
Mandy Rose, and I'm glad that she has a place that's like, because I don't think she fits on SmackDown or Raw, even though both brands desperately need more women. But I think she does fit on NXT. It's weird. Like, she's not your typical NXT wrestler, but
this is also a new NXT now. So,
yeah,
Toxic Attraction. That's what it is.
I like that. That's
I really like that name, Toxic Attraction.
But you know what? I also really liked. I guess I did like Tommaso winning the belt. You know, even though the reaction on it to it on commentary was fucking god awful by fucking what's his name? Nosferatu.
Vic Joseph.
Vic Joseph. There you go.
He has the worst call I've ever heard for a title change. He's like, 1, 2, 3, and there you have it. Tommaso Ciampa, your new NXT champion. After like how many?
He's so unexcited and just so bland.
Yeah, after almost 2 years since Tommaso Ciampa has been NXT champion.
I wonder if he's gonna go, and the only reason why I thought maybe he'll go is because Triple H likes him, so he gave him a job again.
Why?
No, but Triple H likes him, so Triple H gave him a job again. But now that Bruce and Vince are there, Bruce and Vince didn't like him on Raw. They got rid of him. So will they now get rid of him here? Just like Bruce and Vince hated Samoa Joe, and now when they take over NXT after Triple H brings back and locks up Samoa Joe, now Bruce and Vince are back, and they're like, this guy again? You relinquish title, you're injured.
Oh, he's not actually injured?
No, he's of
from
course
what I've
not.
heard, he's completely fine. It was just a story.
No, Vince and Bruce are back. Vince and Bruce hate Samoa Joe, so they're back now. So he's got to go.
I've heard that there was actually no injury, and he was just forced. And what sucks for him is he just resigned to come back for Triple H, and then Triple H is forced into a heart attack scenario because of the stress Vince put on him by ruining NXT. You know, and
what do you think? Do you think that we're gonna just see one day Vince McMahon brutally murdered Triple H top suspect?
No, because I'm totally against this. I think Triple H doesn't care. I'm not in this camp of Triple H. Like, no.
I just like laughing about it, but
I'm full out furious. I think Triple H does not give a shit. He's happy to roll over.
I don't think he cares. Truthfully, he's got money wrapped up in everything, anyways.
If he cared, he'd be flipping out right now if he actually cared.
Yeah, and Luke, you were dead on that call. That call is exactly that. He literally goes, and we have a new NXT champion.
Yeah, we're very excited.
I just listened back to it on Twitter. I mean, that is literally. I'll tag you in it, Joe, so you can hear it. It's at 2:22.
Let me see here.
It's like a golf tournament commentary. Like, and as we see it, he hits the fairy tale.
Let me go take a look here. Is this it?
Excuse me. 2:20 is when.
I got it. Here we go.
Breaks things up. Dunn's been isolated. Blue tail ending center of the ring. Ciampa into the cover. Hook of the leg. We have a new NXT champion.
That's awful.
That's terrible.
Well, obviously somebody pinned someone. We have a new NXT champion. No shit.
Well, no, but like
there was going to be a new champion no matter what. Exactly.
Why didn't it go like this? Why didn't it go like this? Like, where is it? So it should have gone like this. 1, 2, 3, Ciampa! Ciampa wins! Goldie's come home! Goldie's come home! Tommaso Ciampa is your new NXT champion!
Or why didn't he go? Or why didn't he be like, Ciampa, did he get it? Oh, I can't believe it! And the first time in nearly 2 years, Tommaso Ciampa is the new NXT champion.
How about the man that never lost the title in the first place takes it back home, like something like that. Instead, he's just like, we have a new champion. You're right. What the fuck is this guy?
Or be like this. It's been 1,113 days.
Whoa! You're doing math.
Ciampa.
No, I gotta stop you right there. You're doing math, and Vince don't do that. Stop it. Vince hates that. You can't do math.
What the fuck?
These people are stupid. Do you know how dumb these people are? They don't know. They don't even know what the math is. Vic Joseph beat me out of a job.
I just like to hear Vince explain wrestling at the most he always explains it in the most barbaric terms. It's like soap opera. You got good, evil, hero, the villain. You've got the epics. You've got the lows. You've got the down. He just explains it in the most simplest of terms, so fucking retards will understand. You've got drama. You've got suspense. You've got action.
Dude,
it's always.
The other day I was on Twitter, And when I was talking to somebody about like back in the day and the themes and Bret Hart and all these other things. So back in the day, we were talking about Vince McMahon because somebody said, you know, Joe, your commentary is a little bit like Vince meets JR meets something else. I don't know. And I'm like, yeah. So I found this entrance of Bret the Hitman Hart, and I did my best Vince McMahon like impression of that, and I posted it on fucking Twitter, and it cracks me up when I listen to it because I'm like, man, that is kind of exactly what Vince like. His just ridiculous, amped up, you know, like the way Vince speaks. I guess I just listened to him for so long. I like Vince. It's just.
And people hate Vince for some reason. Like, I guess that's a new thing.
It's a love-hate thing. The answer is it's a love-hate thing is what it is.
No,
know?
On commentary.
Oh,
People
yeah.
hate
Well,
his
I never
commentary.
got that. I liked his commentary. That's the thing is I liked it. It was.
Yeah, and
It's better than Michael Cole's. It's better than Cole's.
No, here's the thing. I know people like to shit on Cole, and I know you've never really been a fan of Cole, but I think Michael Cole has always been great. One of the standout moments I had with him was when he did the it was like the China won the corporate Rumble, and he was on the commentary with Jerry the King Lawler and Shane McMahon, and like China wins the Royal Rumble, and they're all just like yelling on the top of their lungs, like, "This is I can't believe what's happening!" Like the amount of energy that was going on, like Shane McMahon's going like, "No, I can't believe that son of a bitch Austin!" Like that type of energy that you get on the commentary. He's like, "You just wait until the Rumble, you son of a bitch!" Like you don't get that anywhere. Yeah, you don't get that anywhere.
You want here's the Vince. This is the Vince I love. Listen to Vince. Here comes Bret Hart.
Is people ready for the Hitman?
This is Bret. This is Vince right here. This will get sued by WWE if we actually play it.
Madison Square Garden.
It's
is
WrestleMania
on their
10.
feet for the World Wrestling Federation champion.
See how he would like build himself up? He'd be like, "For the World Wrestling Federation." Like, I love it.
Incredible.
Oh, I love Vince.
Well, you have to say unbelievable about 45 times.
And yes, there he is! The Hitman! The excellence of execution! The World Wrestling Federation champion! Bret the Hitman Hart! And this crowd has come completely unglued here in New York!
It's like you got to have this just ridiculous, over the top. But like he was exciting though. Michael Cole doesn't excite me ever. And he even back in the day, like he just I don't know, man. Like Vic Joseph, Michael Cole, the new Tom Phillips, the old Tom Phillips.
Michael Cole is leagues and bounds better than both of them. I've never liked Todd Phillips. I've always think Todd Phillips sucked. Or Tom Phillips.
Tom Phillips. I listen. I think Michael Cole.
You know our feelings there.
Michael Cole does have more ways of describing things than Vince did. Vince was kind of like one. He had the same go-to on everything, but I don't know. I just found Vince more exciting than.
Like early 2000s SmackDown, Michael Cole, I think, is when he reaches his prime and he becomes more. He like gets in more of like into his own groove. It's before he becomes the fucking jaded Michael Cole that has no fun.
Well, that's the thing.
Sat next to
Early Michael Cole is way better. And by the way, now Michael Cole is better. This McAfee and Cole now is better than Cole of the last 8 years.
I'm saying when this original draft brand split, when he went to SmackDown, he really is a great like face commentator. He would always be like, but how can you root for a guy who goes out there and attacks a man behind his back and he says stuff about his family? How can you support, like, he has that baby face, but also play-by-play announcer role down very well during that SmackDown era. But lately, before I think maybe now, because I think he's gotten better with Pat McAfee, but a lot of the times this past decade, it's just been on autopilot. Like, I don't think he's been great. I don't think he's been good since maybe like 2008. You know, like I think that's the last time that Michael Cole was at all good. And now he's just kind of passable because he's next to Pat McAfee, who, and you could tell how pissed off Michael Cole was when Corey Graves replaced Pat McAfee.
Yeah, he was not his usual jubilant self for sure.
No, yeah, he did. He looked pissed, and he looked annoyed at Corey Graves, and he sounded
Multiple
annoyed
times.
when Graves made like these like, because Graves tried to amp it up. He tried to like bring Pat McAfee's energy, and like Michael Cole's just like, you're not Pat. You're not fucking Pat, Corey. You just shut up. Just shut your fucking face. Like it's like stop.
I don't know why with that laugh of like an evil Rojas laugh.
That's right.
Listen, we got to wrap it up, man. I mean, do we need to run through this, or do you want to do this another
We
day?
could do the rest tomorrow for
On Out of Nowhere.
Absolutely. That
All
was
right.
my original plan. I got to
Out
be
of
up
Nowhere.
in
We'll do
4
it.
hours anyways for more surgery.
We
So
got to
yay.
go. We got to go. Jake's got to go to bed. Everybody's got to go to bed. I'm ending the show anyway. We got to go to bed. We stayed on
This was
longer.
a crazy night. Yeah, we added another hour or so to the show.
The
for
Donos
everybody.
added another hour to the show.
I certainly missed everybody and you guys, so I'm glad Luke got to jump on as well. Rostafa live from the arena.
That was fun.
awesome. Tomorrow night we'll
Yeah, we
wrap
got-
up. We'll go through all our predictions.
Take a look at this pic I
We
got of
got this-
Mustafa too. Look at this. Go ahead, Ross.
Did you see him calling for a cab?
No,
did.
And
did
it
he?
was like the most,
And then they tried
the
to
most
drive away
genuine-
fast.
I thought
Yeah,
at
you
first
probably
I thought he
got-
was
he-
trying to,
They thought it was a
Give some-
probably
carjack.
like a
Hidden
serial
symbols.
killer a racist serial killer who disguises himself as a taxi driver
Oh,
saw that
Hey, real
unsuspecting black man.
real quick. This is I don't know why, but I was watching Howard Stern the other day because it was suggesting wrestling stuff to me, of course. So I watched Triple H on Howard Stern, China on Howard Stern, and Stephanie McMahon on Howard Stern.
I
Here-
saw you share hers.
Real quickly, I just want to say first of all, I'm going to play the clip that you heard, Jake, because it's fucking hilarious. This was Stephanie McMahon on Howard Stern a long time ago. Now, I heard this back in the day, but I forgot how funny it was. Listen.
Such a classic.
Bangs you very good.
Oh, yeah.
Hard.
He's asking her if Triple H bangs are good. Listen to this.
Bangs you very good.
Oh, yeah.
Hard.
When I like it hard.
Yeah. Sometimes soft.
Right. Great.
Man, and listen to how young she sounds there. It's so
Oh, I
creepy.
know.
Now, here's some more.
A long time to get
Wait,
into
that's
your pants.
Stephanie?
Is he really?
This is Stephanie McMahon, yeah.
Oh,
At the age of 26 on Howard Stern. Listen to this.
He have to prove himself to you before you give it up, or do you just get crazy right away?
Well, it took us a long time to get together.
Right. You got
So
together that
when we
first time.
finally did get together,
Was it good?
it was great.
He bangs you very good.
Oh, yeah.
Hard.
When I like it hard.
Woo-hoo-hoo! I
Damn.
forgot about that. And there's more. There's like her listen to this one.
This noise, is the farting or the queefing?
That's farting. Has Triple H tried to give you anal?
Wait, hang on. Is this noise, is this the farting or the queefing?
Stephanie McMahon saying farting or queefing is hilarious. Now.
That's where
and
the
then
purple
you
penis
listen
truth
to her
came light.
now.
Yeah, that's
then you
what
listen
I
to her
mean.
now.
She's so corporate now and weird that it's so weird to hear that. But I just want to say, dude, they were so mean to China on Howard Stern. I got to tell you, dude, it was actually annoying in a way. And listen, I'm not saying I'm better because I'm a person who will. I mean, look what I said about Grimm's wife earlier, or girlfriend rather. But the fact, like they have China.
Look at Tommy's whole career,
dude. They
on this show.
I know. Well, he's dead now. They have China on the show, and they go, "Oh, sorry, China," and China pours her heart out about Triple H and how bad she feels. But the minute China's out of the studio and Triple H comes in the studio, they're like, "So did you ever want to like date a normal woman?" And they just the whole show is them being like,
basically calling China a man, yeah.
calling China an ugly man and gross and stuff. Even Stephanie is on the show uncomfortable, and at some point Stephanie's like, well, I think China's very beautiful. I don't think that, and they're like, yeah, but I mean, come on, the fucking, she looked like a, but it's good that now he's banging a hot chick like you instead of a man boy or whatever. And like they just, so
It was
mean.
wild.
It was so mean, dude.
How shit is that Luke Rojas?
Oh yes, that
Yes,
is
indeed,
Luke
Randy.
Rojas, Randy Viper.
Is that Randy Viper?
Randy
He's
Vagina.
like the only. He's my number one fan, Randy Viper.
Really?
Damn straight.
Well, he likes all the
Yeah.
scumbags.
He marks out for Luke.
Yeah, I got fucking cum in my throat. You hear that? Anyway, it's Randy.
Your birthday's
Viper's
tomorrow,
cum.
Jake? Your birthday's tomorrow?
No, the 29th. I just can't type because I'm an idiot.
Oh, okay. I was going to say the same
Oh.
thing. I thought it was almost fucking in the next month. It's the day
But
before
before
my
we get-
ex's.
Yeah, and it's right after Leah's.
I mean, the
right?
day before Leah's and
Leah's the 28th, right?
Yeah,
Or the 30th?
yes, 30th for Leah.
Okay.
Before we
Take
get
you
out of
both
here,
out and fuck
I
you.
did want to. Before we get out of here, I did want to mention that I did like Michael Cole's. We were talking about him earlier. I did like his heel run that he had as a commentator when he was trashing NXT.
Yes.
When it was the that was hilarious.
Yes.
And he would just be, because he would get him and Josh Matthews, I think, were on the commentary table.
Because I get the vibe that Michael Cole in real life is scary. Like he's like the type of guy that if he was your dad, you'd like he would scare you. He would be like,
yeah, he would be a scary father. I can tell. Yeah, he has that feel. But he also, but was really hilarious was that Matt Stryker was doing like the host thing, but he had an earpiece so he could hear Michael Cole and Josh Matthews trashing the show. So they would be like roasting all the contestants, and then Matt Stryker would just be like, like nothing. I'm just laughing at the wind, like or whatever, like because they would all look at him and they would all like get pissed off, or Michael Cole would like start banging onto a gong or whatever, and he's just like, I can't listen to this show anymore. I'm leaving. I was a war correspondent, and I'm reduced to doing this trash. Maybe they should bring back Adam Cole or Michael Cole for this NXT and just completely shit on it for like 2 hours straight. Because I mean, I think that would make the show better.
yeah, I think he was good when he was like that. I liked when he was like that.
At least that's entertaining. And that's what I'll say. Like even as much as I had like little criticisms for AEW tonight, and one major like overall was not being afraid of Malachi, but besides that, it's still like a 7.5 show that was really entertaining. And I just genuinely, oh shit!
I'm kinda
what the fuck?
You can monetize that. I'm kinda fat.
Oh my god!
It's
Gookie! Oh my god, it's Gookie!
I'm kinda fat. Monetize that. Buy me a mask. Buy me a mask. Buy me a mask. Do you have $150? Buy me a mask. Would you please buy me a mask? Buy me a mask. I can ask. Buy me a mask from Tommy NC, and I'm gonna monetize that. Buy me a mask. 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 Of pyroclastic flow. I don't like blacks. Pyroclastic flow. I don't like blacks. Ask me that. Ask me this. Monetize that. Monetize that. Can I get a mask from Tommy NC? I'm fat. Can I get a mask? Can I get a mask? Can I get a mask? I want a mask. Can I ask? Can I get a mask?
You thought this was over, Welsh? Unsubscribe. Life support. Stay negative. You chinless. Diaperless fuck.
Diaperless fuck? Oh my god. Gookie NC 2010! 150!
Holy hell.
D-Well, she should respond with a $210 donation.
I think D Welsh has been knocked off from that title tonight by Gookie NC 2010.
D Welsh talks like he has Gookie in his mouth.
Oh, Gookie.
So do I. I mean,
Gookie. What a hell of a. Phew.
God damn, man! $150 buy me a mask bomb. Buy me a mask so I can never wear it after like 7 times.
What have you got to show in your fucking DMs? Your fucking DMs? What have you got to show? That'll expose me. Haven't you noticed? I've been doing shows in my car now, just like you do. I do shows with Casey like you did with Tommy. I do a better job than you, Cronin.
Gatekeeper screw.
I'm leaving the show, even though I show up every month or so, or pretty much every fucking week. Every time I've been on the show since Drew has left, he's been on the show.
Oh, yeah?
So I don't know. I just feel like what I'm saying is Drew is a liar.
Oh, wow.
Because he didn't actually leave?
Yes, because I'm sick of the.
You don't. So you know what it is you don't like the sort of. Like, you like it either someone's all in or they're all out. You don't like that someone keeps
I don't know, because I've been on most monetized this except for one so far since he's been gone. And he's only been on, I believe, a brief part of one of them.
Yeah, like he's...
Because his mom called in.
I think Rojas doesn't like that he's dipping the feet back in the water or something. I mean, I don't know.
I would say Drew's been
what
pretty
I'm
gone.
saying is why do you have to... maybe it wasn't him, but maybe it wasn't him who started the whole like, oh, I'm leaving thing, but like, why do you have to announce it to everybody? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be taking a step back from the shows. Like with me, for instance, I just won't fucking show up because I don't feel like calling in on the show. I don't have to say. I don't have to say, well, my family, you know, my dog broke his leg and my girlfriend's got AIDS.
Well, probably I think
really
I think it's because he was
like,
on.
Just say you don't want to. Say you don't want to show up at one night, and say that maybe some nights you do want to show up.
Well, that's what he is saying that now. But I think the point was like he was doing corrupted and things like that. So he was just trying to say like, hey, you know, I'm not gonna. I don't know. You have to ask JB and Drew that. That's not a question for me.
Okay, because I thought I heard that he was leaving because of his family.
Well, he did. He said that, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lie. That's a lying statement. Because that's nobody needs to leave. Nobody needs to leave a podcast that they do in the middle of the night because of their family. Like,
well, I actually disagree with that because that was part of my problems on
with JB.
Fridays.
Remember?
Yeah, I mean, that's what JB said too. But think about it. So you're up late, and then if you're drinking, you know, it's like 5 a.m. when you go to bed. Now you're hungover, and you know, Drew is always drinking. I could see somewhat of him having a problem, but you look at this week; he is certainly away at whatever vacation with his daughter. So there's that.
I'm not saying you have to do weekly shows, and that's fine. Yeah, if you don't want to do weekly shows.
Well, you're referring to because me and Drew talked about it live on the air, and Drew talked about it live on the air. I talked about it, and then we did a show on it, even that we uploaded. So I get what you're saying, but yeah, I don't know. It's I don't.
Like to me, it's just like it's the same with that Canadian motherfucker that I won't say his name, but we always had that one episode where we're like, oh, he's sailing away. This is a big deal.
Yeah,
and I said the whole time, he's gonna be back next week. Why are we doing this?
I think
it's just like
it's good marketing. It's good marketing.
Yeah, it's the
Drew is not Bullfrog though. He sticks to his word. It seems. You know, he left.
The unnecessary. He's leaving.
Listen,
he's leaving the show forever.
Oh, it was his wife, not his mother. That's right. It was Tara that called in.
Dude, Tara was.
I am
hammered.
a dickhead. I couldn't remember who. I was a bit fucked up on Friday.
She was loaded.
She was loaded, and I was a bit loaded too. So.
It was tasty. Let me tell you that.
She was hilarious.
I want to see Tara eat out Leah. Is what I'm saying.
I was gonna say something really fucked up about that Tara, but I just decided not to because it was gonna be really, really mean.
I want to see Tara and Leah eat each other. Like that's what I want to see.
Tara was just a wildfire. She was spitting out one-liners one after the other.
Oh yeah, baby. Listen,
I mean, she usually swallows, so her spitting fire like that was
listen,
crazy.
Okay.
Anyway,
someone donate $210, and Joe will take his nipples out, and he'll start sucking on them.
See, I got the stretchy skin here. I don't know if Joe could reach his nipples.
He could fucking take those titties, squishing them up in your hand, and fucking just put your neck towards it.
You want to put my neck in it? Do you have any other complaints tonight, Rojas? Do you have any? Are you happy about Bullfrog being banned for life on the show? I mean, you're gonna be happy about that. Right?
I didn't know that happened. I'm sorry. I must have missed something that fucking happened.
Well,
I wasn't going to bring it up, Joe. I got to cut you off, but really quick before I forget. Oh my God!
He made an Instagram account, Jake. He made an Instagram account.
Yes, to message because I didn't answer on Discord and I didn't answer on multiple Twitters. So then he tried Instagram, even Discord. Yep. I kid you not, so many accounts because I wasn't answering. And his main point was that besides wanting to be back, he wants to replace me for when I'm not there.
That's what he said.
He wants.
Yeah, he would be your replacement. That's what he said to me.
And I said, what the audience wants.
You're not. I said you're not even allowed to speak. Sith Negan muted you several weeks ago. You were Bullfrog is gone. He's banned. He wanted to be on all night. He's been messaging me all night. He's gone.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't understand that he actually is banned. We let him come back like for a couple of little things for a second, and that was. And listen, Sith dropped the bomb on your ass. Then Jake basically just offered up that you could come back, and then Sith agreed to it, and then Sith took you out again with a mute. And so now,
and he wasn't going to take you out. He welcomed you back. Everybody kind of was like, "Hey, all right, you're back," and you left.
Yes,
you did it to yourself. You said, "I'm gone. I have to leave. I don't want to be around you or your community." And you were going to get me sued and Joe arrested and all this stuff you told me, and
because he saw what other people were doing, he's like, "Oh,
so why
I
would
should
you want to deal with that?"
I should leave too. This is the moment I leave. Like that's what he just thinks. Because he's like a retarded chameleon. He tries to blend in with his environment, but he just fucking completely fails. I mean, that hilarious sound clip. I don't even know the full context to it, but of him going, "Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were you?"
Oh
I
my
don't
god!
even know the context to it, but it's just so hilarious. I'm just like imagining him, like him on a hill, like in the end of the third act of a movie, and he's like the Revenge of the Sith, where he's like burning on fire or some shit, and he's got his arm reaching out to you, being like, "Where were you when I needed you the most, Joe?"
Yeah, I agree with Seth. At this point, it's just stalking and harassment.
most?
Where were you?
That's
I need you
a
the
great
most.
clip.
Where
He's-
were you
he-
when I needed you the most? Where
He's going to
were
get me
you?
sued, and he's going to press charges on Joe. Get charges pressed on Joe because Awandi was harassing him Saturday night. I got about 103 messages.
Oh, Awandi's the one who made when Awandi attacks Bullfrog. He said he was going to shoot me. That's when he said he's going to shoot me was because of Awandi. When Awandi and when all those people attacked Bullfrog, he blames me, and I go, dude, I don't even really talk to Awandi anymore, and you're blaming me for what these people are doing to you. These people some of the people don't even like me. And I'm like, dude, this guy doesn't like me anymore. He's shitting on you and you're blaming me. You know how stupid you are? But luckily this is all behind us because he's banned for life now. So it's,
thankfully.
Sounds oddly familiar with another certain special movie.
Rest in peace. F Bullfrog's corpse is the new thing. It's the new.
It is F his corpse. I
Bullfrog.
tried. I bent over backwards to not only be like a decent person to him because people shit on him. I was like, there's a glimmer of good in there. There's not. It's all just lies and bullshit.
Yeah,
where's
self-preservation? Simply running off of fumes at this point. Like that's it.
Where's Mello when you need him so you can do an alternate version of Bullfrog or Bullfrog's
We need
brother?
somebody else to do.
I don't.
Fami.
He's dead. He's dead too.
I was too afraid to bring up his name because I didn't want to be like Joe to be like, yeah, we don't talk about him anymore.
Well,
yeah, we don't say that motherfucker.
Nobody knows who he is, so it's like, I mean, he's a scumbag. But no, so look at all these fucking things. Joe, I want to come back. I miss you, Daddy. I miss you, Daddy. I'm done with miss you, Daddy. It's a million.
The last thing I
messages.
said is that I was going to work with Tommy and JD because he said I'm going to go work with Sean's View because I'll be appreciated there, stuff like that. Thanks for the memories. You can catch me there. So I said, well, cool. I'm going to go work with JD and Tommy. Have fun.
Tommy's dead.
That was the
Tommy's
last thing I
dead. You
said.
can't work with Tommy. He's dead. So that's not possible.
I have a Ouija board. I keep telling you this. I can work with. I just work with Michael Jackson.
Look
I
at my
can do
chair.
A lot.
Look at my chair.
Can you talk to Norm?
Yeah,
I tried. Too soon.
You know, it's.
I have
That's a badass
You know what's
chair.
funny? I have this hilarious clip of JD out of context where he's talking about he's like this fucking hobgoblins and Heisenberg. Just go on if you go on my YouTube channel, anybody. I have this hilarious YouTube short of JD from New York out of context for all of you who want to have an extra soundbite of the man,
that shit is
the midget, the legend.
The
myth.
That impression when you do the impression you did a long time ago that we always bring up, that fucking kills me at the end when you. Oh, this part. This is the best
From
part.
Connecticut. I know you're talking about me, bro.
This part is the best. Dude.
I know you're talking about me, bro.
It's funny.
From Connecticut.
First of all, I recorded that in my bathroom, obviously.
Oh,
but I also
Give you that authentic JD sound.
I also had a previous take of that where
you shit your pants.
I tried to play it up more. Like the thing is I can't always do his voice. Like sometimes I'm able to nail it, and then other times I'm not because I try to get too into it. He's like got this unique, laid back, obnoxious douchebag voice where like, bro, I don't even know how to fucking begin talking about tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about.
What we've got here, and
Listen,
yeah,
I love you, Rojas. We got to get the fuck out of here. Jake, go to bed.
All right,
Rojas, I
all
love
right.
you.
Where I need
Kisses.
to do the
Mwah, Rob.
most. Out of nowhere tomorrow, Arthur Ashe Stadium predictions and a bunch of other news. We're going to talk about contracts, the Garganos, so much more. NXT info, ratings, you name it. We got it covered.
We're
Be
gonna
sure
get
to
wet.
Where were you? Where were you when we needed you the most, Joe?
Where were you? I know where I was. I was with my family, the cocksucker. All right, we're out of here. Thank you guys so much for listening tonight, for being here. Keep it wet. Keep it hard. I guess we'll go out to the Dan Lambert song one more time. Make sure you retweet it. It's on Twitter. Enjoy it. Or, I don't know. We'll see you. Jericho wanted it. We're going to give it to you.
I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit.
Play it up. Where is it? Where is it?
But none of us knows the words to I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. But none of us knows the words to I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. My name's Dan Lambert, and I really smell. Oh my God, I think I'm going to hell. Hey there, what's up? Hey, it's going alright. No women wanna have sex with me tonight. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah. There can only be one big fat-faced dipshit. Fat-faced dipshit. Fat-faced dipshit. Fat-faced dipshit. Fat-faced dipshit. Fat-faced dipshit. Fat-faced I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced dipshit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a fat-faced motherfucking fat-faced dipshit.
Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were you? Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were you?
Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were you? Where were you?
Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were
when I needed you
needed you the most? Where were you? Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were you?
Where were you when I needed you? Where were you when I needed you the most? Oh, where were you?
Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were you? Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were you?
Where were you? Where were you?
Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were you? Where
So he'll fucking keep on good terms with fucking Tiffany and fucking JD. He'll fucking go
I
to
don't want
all these
everybody
people.
to like me.
What
I
the
haven't talked
fuck
to
you
Tiffany in
don't?
months. I haven't
You were,
talked to Tiffany
you
in
were
months.
talking to Tiffany when we were all at war with this fat whore.
I didn't have any problems with Tiffany. I even said to Joe, what the hell happened? I had no idea for most of it.
Remember how awkward? Hey Ken, do you remember that night on Monetize This? How awkward it was when I'd make Tiffany fat jokes, like Jake's face. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was
You were
friends with her. I
you were
didn't have
so
any problems with her. I was. I didn't know 3/4 of the shit that
Wait
was
a
going down.
second.
at
Did
that
she fuck you too?
No.
Yeah, you got to be married.
Yeah.
No, I don't need everybody to
So
like me.
can we go ahead and go to the clips from the podcast this Tuesday? Like, because this is where everything we've talked about has culminated to Tuesday.
Well, okay.
Did we already play it?
I played it way earlier in the
Yeah,
pre-show.
Joe played it earlier,
But
so I could even run it down faster for you.
He called you a fat.
All right, just
Here
as
it is.
long as it's not a
Took
Twitter
it as
DM, I'll
clean as
listen.
that way. You know, no, it's all audio from here.
Now this is
Simpleton be minded. It's all audio from here.
This is the web. This is again about the website because this is what happens.
The end of the world for JD.
It's always the end of the world over there.
He's always the end of the world. But after she posted that lovely thing on Bailey's website.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, because I had heard before from other people that I was being called a turncoat. So.
Well, he didn't say that I told you were a turncoat until after the faggot comment.
No, Joe didn't.
Yeah, so basically, like this, you know, as
others had, but Joe didn't.
As there is in the community, people always talk shit about everybody's stuff, and so that's one of the small things I heard about you. And one of the people that like also agree with it, who was Bailey probably. So like I just vaguely put it out there. I wanted to see what your reaction was. I didn't expect you to call out Bailey later on, almost like you sniffed it out. You know, I thought we were going to go into the JD stuff, but it all stems from
because I
Bailey's
literally thought
website.
we were recording wrestling news. I got into the show, you hit record, we didn't even really talk at all, and I was like, "Oh, Ken's here," and then you went in at me. So I was like, "Oh, that's where we're going today."
yeah. I was kind of
transitioned into football talk and whatnot.
But you don't like Bailey's website because of.
It wasn't not a matter of not liking his website.
You don't like the website.
I don't have a problem with the website. I have a problem. No, listen to me. I don't have a problem with the website. I had a problem with the article that you put up about Leah. I said that was fucked.
I didn't.
But she was fine with it. It's not my place to say. I didn't make some fucking Twitter rant about it. I didn't go and make any fucking audio. I didn't make a video. Not my place.
No, instead you went fishing behind the fucking scenes trying to get people on this fucking network against me, like Joe and Leah. You were fishing for fucking information, trying to plant seeds to get me fucking berated. Dude, you really want to go down that road? Don't act like I don't know that you went to Leah like, oh, I'm mad for you, Leah. Are you not mad? I'm not a fucking moron.
No shit, I went to Leah. I felt bad for her. It was fucked up what was said on there.
Like, to tell me I hiked 2 miles in fucking 6 feet of snow to go around the corner. I asked an old lady for $1 to call in this fucking shit. Like, why can't you just say, like, just fucking be honest and be like, look, dude, I had shit going on. I didn't get your stuff up in time.
Because that wasn't the case. I couldn't even record with Joe. I had
you have so many excuses. It's fucking retarded.
There was no excuse that
You
day.
always have the most
genuinely-
master-crafted excuse for every fucking reason you don't get something done or you're not somewhere.
I swear on my daughter for that day, I went ahead and I fucking busted my ass to make sure. I had to go ahead. I don't get cell phone service hardly in the house. I don't. Not in the street. I had to fucking walk to get service, download all your shit.
This is a
Go
guy.
ahead.
This is a guy who has a disability that you're saying.
I'm not lying.
for
You don't believe
fuck's
me? Fine. That's all well and good. But I got the fucking thing up hours later. Did all I could to make sure it got up. Any other time I had
And
a
it's
problem,
like-
I
and by the
I
way,
even- I actually, Justin, I even fucking put up your show on my daughter's field trip, and you did say not to. You said no, just wait till you get home. But I even made sure on my daughter's lunch for her field trip at the fucking museum, I went over to the side and uploaded your show. Did I not?
Thank you.
You did tell me not to, but I did everything on time and above requirement.
How much did JB pay you for all this?
I wasn't in it for the money.
So this is.
I'll be the first. I won't even let Jake say something about it. I didn't pay Jake near as enough as he probably deserved. I think I paid him like.
I don't pay.
I think I succeed. I was there to help my
told
friend.
Jake from day one. I said, Jake, I can't afford to give you much. I don't make that much money.
No,
and I said, but
I
when stuff
agree.
starts coming in on Patreon and I start making money off of revenue, I promised him fucking extra money. I paid him like $30 a week.
Okay, so there was money.
Yeah. Some
Okay.
weeks there wasn't. Some weeks there was.
Okay.
And I think for WrestleMania, and here's the thing, for WrestleMania week, I asked him, even though everything that happened, I said, Jake, is there any possible chance that you would humor helping me WrestleMania? Because I did Raw, SmackDown, NXT, my Verdict show, plus WrestleMania preview matches. We put out like 17 videos that one week.
Bro,
I was gonna need help that week. So he came in. I paid him like $50 to work that one week.
What did Jake exactly? What did Jake do with those videos? Did he just upload them, or did he do like more to the videos?
Okay, here's how that worked. And I don't. This is kind of like not really anything to do with it, but here's what Jake did. Here's why I needed help. When I get home in the morning, it's 6:30 a.m. and this was before I was doing shows and shit in my truck. I had to wait till I got the kids to school. I got home, started recording at like 8:30. I wouldn't finish it till like noon. And if I had to upload everything, make descriptions for everything, I wouldn't get to bed till like 2, maybe 3 o'clock. So I hired Jake to do that shit while I was in bed or something. I'd wake up, people had the content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd make the tags. I'd put together a description. He'd send me just the audio and usually the thumbnail. I'd put the whole thing together. I'd upload it. I'd turn it into a podcast. I'd set up all the social media, the website. I'd have it on Podbean, iTunes, every audio site.
Yeah.
I'd make sure the social media was updated, things like that. The Facebook, I was trying to generate views on.
But
I kept up the
regardless, one day,
Patreon.
So tell me
he
why.
comes to me one day. He comes to me one day. He's like, I need out immediately. I just can't do this anymore. I need out. And I was like, Jesus, like I got fucking barraged. And come to find out, there was a remark made by Joe one time after Monetize This. He said something like, I heard you're kind of full of yourself. And Joe was just fucking around. But come to find out, that was Jake going to Dave Rose and Joe and literally said I was bullying him.
That one day, I told you I felt attacked, and then I had
But dude,
taken
can
your
you guys
tone.
understand where I'm coming from? He says he felt attacked. All I said was, we can't have more days like these. That's not a fucking attack.
And then it was your phone call afterwards, and it was like a business meeting when I'm like, oh shit, I thought I was a friend. I didn't feel like an employee.
You mean you felt like an employee? You felt like an employee, not a friend. Like I'm helping you out.
Well, no, I thought I was a friend, not an employee. But at that point, when you had the text messages and the calls after the fact, I felt like, oh shit, I don't feel like it's a friendship here.
And
I feel
that's
like
when. Listen to this full episode on Patreon. I advise it. There are some funny takes in the middle of the seriousness. Trust me.
Just being barraged.
That's
like
when you questioned Bailey's
That's when I
parenting,
literally from
his
that
parenting
moment
skills.
after the call, I got on with you and Dave, and I was upset. So I vented to my friends.
But that's when
and I
you
shouldn't
question.
have.
That's when you question Bailey's parenting skills.
I never questioned.
Dude, that's oh my god. Thank you to Gookie NC, by the way, for $150. Gookie, thank you. That is my favorite part of this, dude. It's so serious at this point, and then I'm just like, that's when you question his parenting skills. Question Bailey's
That's when I
parenting,
literally from
his
that.
parent- like, I'm helping
Well,
you
no,
out.
I thought I was a friend, not an employee. But at that point, when you had the text messages and the calls after the fact, I felt like, oh shit, I don't feel like it's a friendship here.
And
I feel
that's
like I'm just being barraged.
That's
like
when you question Bailey's
That's when I
parenting,
literally from
his
that
parenting
moment
skills.
after the call, I got on with you and Dave, and I was upset. So I vented to my friends.
But that's when
and I
you
shouldn't
question. That's when you question Bailey's parenting skills.
I never questioned his parents.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Don't add
no.
any more to this.
What the fuck? Where'd that come from? He did that?
Oh my God.
And then there was even like a 3 or 4 week span where Justin forgot to pay me because he got busy with stuff, and I didn't say anything. Did I? I didn't care about the money. You even came to me, Justin. You're like, "Oh my God!"
I waited a month to not pay you.
I'm on PayPal right now because I knew you'd say that. So
I would.
Oh, it's a glorious podcast. 1 hour and 47 minutes. Relive when we used to have Corrupted Podcast. I'm still trying to bring back Corrupted Podcast, everybody. I'm working on it, but I just can't get anybody to do it who's not, let's be honest. Corrupted has to be done with people that are really good. It's got to be fire. And I don't know. So far, it's still dead. But I'm working on my own show. Now I'm going to be coming out with a solo show where I do my own podcast. And that will be basically where we go here, starting working on it tomorrow. And it will be something that I may produce throughout the week even and put it all together for the weekend or something, where Corrupted was. So it's on its way. I tried to buy some talent, but it didn't work. That's how big of a scumbag I am. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. If you guys want to hear the whole thing, all the episodes, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes from the past 7 years that you can't hear on YouTube are on Patreon. Go download all the episodes. People that have retired from YouTube are on my Patreon, for God's sake, on my old shows. Like, there's so many things on there. It's amazing. Me and Leah's podcast. It's like 20 episodes. The podcast I did with my mother. And so much shit, bro. There's just fucking thousands. There's no way you've heard it all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.